One, two, three. Hello, my lovely emperors. Is Winnie.co with the sideways E. Welcome back to my channel. Um, I am playing To Eat a God. Uh, this is still ongoing when I looked at the page. The link to the game will be in the description down below. Yeah. If there's any trigger warnings, it will be in the description. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Let's start the game.
What? Wait a minute.
In the garden, there exist 7 symbols to which one must worship. Each one represents a concept likened to the creation of the garden. Ooh, majestic, heart posing. The symbols are entities guaranteed by the creator to maintain order and the fluctuation of the garden. All beings born under the command of the garden has a limited connection with their respective symbol, depending on the day they were born. You're red. No one is born on Sunday. No one's born on Sundays. Sundays are a secret day. It is said that the symbol chosen, the it says that the symbols choose 6 people after the candle festival to consume them. Oh, so sacrifices? In the hope that one of them is reincarnated as the creator. So, sacrifices. Your character's past doesn't matter. It's just another body for you to take. Oh, something you already used to, I guess. Welcome to the garden, a place used as a test, a disciplined place after finishing playing it. The game is simple. You must not let the other characters find out that you're a puppet, that your puppet is connected to you. Your puppet will be sent as a gift for the symbols, and you should act as if you belong there. Please. Oh my goodness. Alexa, stop.
The time.
Sorry. Please do not do anything that is outside the stipulations, nor summon the name of the represents of the void. This is strictly prohibited. Even if you're given the opportunity, don't do it. Okay. Yes, what the red man or red lady, the red person or the red entity. You feel yourself falling on a hard surface, scraping your knee. It's a sharp knock that creates a strange echo. You could hear the sound of silverware being scraped on a plate, and then dead silence. Something is wrong. Let's open my eyes. You look where you have fallen and realize that you're on a table. You fell right on top of a cake, causing your entire hand to be part. Wait, what? Top of a cake, causing your entire hand and part of your knee to be stained with chocolate. Hey! You heard a voice behind you and reflectively turned to see who it is. We just immediately spawn on this man's table. In front of you is a man who looks back at you in amazement, and before you can ask what's going on, he interrupts you. You shouldn't be here. You got to be kidding me. I can't believe the destruction mentionized broke down again. I have to do everything myself. No one here responsible enough to verify if everything is in order. Okay, okay. You feel a visible hand grabs you and your arms and legs and plunge you into the void through the table. Oh, we spawn on this man's table and this man's like, "Get off my you destroyed my food." We crashed your dinner. Little by little you sink into the dark void that engulfs you. The sensation is warm and strange. What the heck? There's no information about you. That can't be possible. Um where we gonna escape to? Where we gonna escape to? Let's ask what's going on. Let's ask what's going on. What's happening? I can't see the connection with your symbol. Apparently, you're not a subject. Pardon me, I was wrong. Welcome. I've been waiting for you. Mother said she will send them a new toy. Huh? The word toy doesn't sound right, and you feel a small twig of discomfort at the strangeness of the situation. You just called me a toy? But remember, you have to put on a good face. Act natural, like you really belong here. After what happened to the last one, I really hope you last longer. Oh. What happened to the last one? You really don't want to know what happened to the last one. I actually do, so I can try to avoid it. My name is Nulia, owner of the Void. Nice to meet you. Before we leave, I need your name. What's your name? Ah, guys, okay. I'm Winnie. Welcome to the Void, Winnie. Noah extends his hand to you in order to squeeze your tightly in the style of greeting. Despite the second passing, he doesn't let you go. You feel like his gaze is devouring your soul, almost like he's looking for something. Let's keep looking. You are. Nellie's gaze turns black for a second, only to be quickly replaced with eyes filled with wonder. You're from there. You're not from here. What do you mean? I gotta act natural, don't I? I gotta act natural. I gotta act natural. I gotta act natural. I am from here. I am from here. Don't, what I'm no what to say. Uh don't say anything. You feel Noli pull your hand, bringing your body closer to him. Instantly, his order, his hand begins to squeeze your neck, blocking entry of air into your lungs. I see you. Before your vision burns, Nola lets you go. So this is nothing more than a puppet. Frick! I wasn't supposed to let them know I'm a puppet. Dang, I failed on the first try. Dang. I apologize for my behavior, but I didn't think I'll be facing someone from the upper plane. You are adorable. Hmm. If I kill the puppet, maybe I could get you out of it. And I'll be able to exit the sloop. Don't move, please. It will only be a second. I think that's a good idea. Nolly doesn't let you speak. In a moment, he has you in his arms again, and one of his hands rests upon your chest. He about to, he about to do, he about to do a Rengoku move on me. I'll remove your remove your essence with that. I'll be able to get you out of there. Please no. It won't hurt. At least not for you, Winnie. No. I can't say the same for the puppet. Stop. No. You feel how no rips opens your chest and begins to extract something from inside. It hurts. It hurts so much. Your sight begins to blur. Sir, it hurts. Hey, what's going on? No, 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 no. It's not fair. Bad end. Try to escape. Let's try to escape. The instincts to flee and run kick in, taking advantage of the man distraction. Your leg starts moving. Without waiting for the man to react, you ran to the door in front of you. It's open. You arrive to what appears to be a main entrance. As you run, you feel like no one is chasing you. Looking back, you don't see the man behind you. You look ahead again, and a man appears in front of you as if he teleported. I'm sorry, I can't let you leave the domain. You feel him push you to the ground, and you fall with him on top. Yo, he about to strangle me! Oh my god, I'm about to die again! His left hand travels to your neck, while the other one slowly places itself on your heart. His hands pierces your rib cage, easily breaking your bones and organs. Oh my goodness, I died again. The last thing you see is how the man examines you closely. Your visions begin to blur. Let's look away. You look away, unable to bear what Null's eyes makes hole Nulla's eyes makes holes in your head. Your eyes travel to where your hands are connected. You are the first to let go, causing Nulla to snicker. I guess Mother give you life and didn't explain anything to you. How neglected on her part. You'll have you'll have to help in the hotel today. You'll serve as a waiter in the dining room. Some symbols are coming to my hotel today for a meeting. If you tend to them well, maybe they'll take you as a This is appetite or appearance? They'll take you on as an apprentice. Oh, it's apprentice. I'm slow. Sorry. I'm slow. I'm sorry. Sorry. But for now, you're just a toy, so be careful. The entity that calls himself Nola touches your forehead, and you feel invisible hands grab your limbs to push you down once more, and with this, the floor swallows you to a total blackness. Don't be scared. We'll arrive to our destination soon. Despite not seeing anything, you feel like you're floating in the void. Out of nowhere, a strange presence is scratched on your body, giving you a sensation that you're falling. And sure enough, you fall on hands upon a cold floor. You look around, and your surroundings have changed. You no longer find yourself in the same kitchen as before. Now it's a large one, similar to the kitchen that in the restaurant. We arrived. You looked up to find Noel, who's standing next to you. He doesn't look at you. Beyond near the knives, there's a strange looking person. Noel looks at them. Hey, Frames! The strange looking man jumps upon hearing Noel. When you look more closely, you realize he's wearing a mask that prevents you from seeing his features. Mr. Nulla. Is it Null or Nulla? Alexa, what is Nulla?
Null A is a book series written by A.
Alexa, stop. Nulle? Nulle? Okay, Nulle. I thought you wouldn't come today. He doesn't sound very happy with Nulle's arrival. I had a little problem. Does it have to do with this smelly creature next to you? Smelly, you tilt your head slightly, ver- firm from his statement, finding that you don't smell like anything at all. Something like that. Mr. Nollet. That thing smells like a human. I have to return them to the warehouse. You should check your senses of smell, Fawns. It's getting worse. This is a new toy that Mothers has sent to entertain the symbols. But the last one was completely broken by Quinnen. Quinnen, I thought you and Mother had agreed that no wouldn't be made. That would be that was because Quinnen is an animal. He doesn't take care of things. But I guess Mother can't leave Semprin without his weekly meal. It's obvious you burned by your favoritism. In the way, you feel like you're the third wheel in this conversation. It's not like you have much contribute either. I sigh. I go. Anyway, I have faith in the creation in this creation. There's something different about it, different from the others. The only difference is that it reeks of human. Maybe the seventh of them will like it. Fames leaves to search for the plate. When he returns to you a apron with it on, Nelly does the same from his side. It's me. Nelly looks at Fame with a smug face. If you allow them to attend the symbols, maybe you'll save some of your employees from losing their lives. Yo! Lately, the symbols has been very displeased. Yo, he is. He's like, bro. Fine, okay, you win. Now, please stop interrupting my work. Okay, okay. Nelly detaches himself from Fonz and begins to walk towards the door and appears to be the exit from the kitchen. I'll see you later. You're in charge, Fonz. Adios. What an idiot. Fine. I need you to attend the simples that will be arriving shortly. Meanwhile, prepare the table for them. This is a big and boring area. Sorry. Alright, I'm sorry. That's chained off. That leads upstairs. Nole went there. Fame shows you the tables where the symbols would be sitting and explains that they're separated from the normal public because they have important topics to discuss among themselves. Fames has also instructed you that the food must be set on the table before they arrived. You're now unsupervised. Okay, we're not gonna escape. Obviously we're not gonna escape. Do let's do what we ask. We just gotta follow. You shouldn't risk escaping. It's better to do what they ask for and act normally. You set the table very carefully. From time to time, Fonz passes by in order to inspect how it's going for you. Once he considers that you're finishing setting the tables, he calls you to the kitchen. Okay. What you cooking, Fonz? Fams? I think it's Fams. Alexa, what is FAMES?
Fames is a form of the verb
Alexa,
fame.
stop. Okay, fames. Fams. Fams. Yams. Fams, explain that you have to place the starter dishes and then wait for the symbols to arrive. While he prepares the dishes, he informs you that only 5 of the symbols are coming today. Each one of them are intimidating aura and are very prone to responding immediately to his workers if they don't like something. Especially un, un, unum. Unum? Alexa, what is UNUM?
According to Wikipedia, Unum Group is the
Alexa, stop. Uum. Especially Uum. He has those 2 eyes that follows you everywhere. I heard that he took eyes from Cordia in a fight. Oh. He ripping people's eyes? I hate that brat. Once Bombs finish preparing the starters, he leaves them on the counter and reductively wishes you good luck. There are only 5 dishes, but due to your lack of extra hands, you only take 2. The plate in each hand. You walk the same route you've been taking, but upon approaching the table, you notice something isn't right. It's not empty. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going. Sorry. All right, we're just going jump scare. You almost dropped the plates from your hand from shock. There are 2 people confrontedly sitting at a table that's supposed to be for the symbols. They gaze upon you, the blonde and the ridiculous crown looking at you excitingly, expectantly, while the redhead smiles at you from ear to ear. His teeth reminds you of a shark. There are the moment which none of the 3 of you takes invitation or react, but they don't appear nervous. What's more, they're waiting for for your reaction so they can continue with their business. Why is that glitchy? Introduce yourself as the player. Why is that glitchy? I'm scared. Why is that glitchy? As the player. What's that mean? Obviously, I'm a host, but like, um, introduce yourself as the player. What does that mean? Why is that buggy? I know it may sound very strange, but why? Why did I say? I should have not clicked the glitchy part. Curiosity killed the cat, guys. Curiosity killed the cat. I know it may sound very strange, but I'm nothing more than a vessel that is like linked into an entity from another plane. I'm so stupid. They control me, and right now they have what? Broken one of the rules, and they intentionally not told me not to break. Yo, I should have shut up. Oh my goodness, look at the eyes too. It's like, what is that am I talking about? That's enough. Oh my gosh, I should have shut up. Up. Oh my goodness, curiosity. If some characters, wait, if some characters have problems later, it will be your own fault. Let's continue. Uh, Unum. Oh my goodness. Was that my host? Like my host was telling my host was telling me like shut up. My host was telling me to shut up. The blood poison resides in both of you around inside your head. It shall run down your body. Don't laugh so loudly. I don't remember that they had so much autonomy. Frick, I'm being killed. You don't know the answer, so you declare to look beyond the table and you realize Nale is watching you with intense gaze. Can I be the first to use? Ah, I'm dead. I'm dead. There's nothing else. I'm dead. Should have listened. Should have shut up. A dummy. I'm dummy. I'm a dummy. We must wait for the others. I'm a dummy. Oh my goodness, I'm a dummy. I'm such a dummy. There's something on my screen. They said they'll be late because Corinne is throwing a tantrum. We have to wait at least an hour. There's awkward silence before the blonde breaks it. Between you and Corinne, I don't know who's worse. The redhead narrows his eyes, looking at the blonde with anger, but doesn't say or reflect anything. Instead of he chooses to look at you and crossing his arms and say, "You make you can make the most of our time. It starts. So what's with the other arrivals will be ready. Besides, I never get the essence, only the trashy part. I'm dead. What if I gain it if we started earlier? Yo, we're so dead. We shoulda. Shut up! Ah, first one, I was like, all right, we gotta protect yourself. Okay. All right. You always complain that they break it too quickly. Besides, the time you take when it's your turn to eternally, Cortis says that it's because you like to talk and gift before devouring essence. You're very strange. And that's none of your business. You wouldn't understand anyway. Wait, is he like when before he kills somebody, he like give them like mercy, like well they know that he's like he wants them to feel calm when he kills them or something like that, like reassurance. I don't know. I know. How about we make the most of our time and do the things you do with the gift? I like his design. I'm gonna be honest. I really like his design. Talk talk to the gift. We wouldn't have to steal the table. Call Nale to do it. Nale. In a blink of an eye, Nale miraculously is next to you, with his gaze fixed on the blonde. His Highness Scepter? So, the tone used by Nale is bold. Scepter was totally surely one. As if the advances just naming the blonde title. Need something? I want you to steal the table for a while. Hey, but I don't want you listening in to what I talked about with the gift. I want privacy. And what do you propose? You could at least give you wait. You could you could let the gift choose and summon one of your names. Ah, frick. Ah, you assume that they're talking about you. You look directly into Nole's eyes and you feel how he stares at you impatiently, commanding you not to refuse. Oh gosh. Oh, we never done this before. Sounds interesting. Well, who do you choose? All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. All right, we're gonna save that one. Uh, I want to go with the redhead one. Let's go with the redhead first. Well, wait. Well, you done well. Now comes the hard part. If you want to survive by the time the meeting begins, you must get yourself accepted as the appearance. Otherwise, your puppet body will be devoured. Oh my goodness. Oh dang, he's pretty. Almost forgot to tell you my name. My name's Unan. Una. Alexa, how do you say Unum?
Okay, but which language do you
Alexa,
understand?
stop. Oh, she's always doing this. Like, English. English, and then when I say English, you won't answer my question. Time to do Safari. Probably because I'm not saying the right stuff. How to pronounce Unum. Unum. Okay, Unum. Unum. My name is Unum. Nice to meet you, Unum. What happened? Nale, you can steal the table now. In a matter of seconds, Sepper and Noah disappear from sight, leaving you with only Undan at the table. He gestures you and he gestures to you including that you can take a seat in front of him. You should think about it a little. Obey? Like, what other choice we have? Okay, you really don't want to die. Call the instructions or whatever, but you're not going to sit idly by and wait for your end to come. If licking the clown's boots will give you a chance to get out, then you'll take it. You could be in the worst situation, so sitting for a while wouldn't hurt. After all, your legs ache a little from walking around so much. You sit down. You sit down in front of Udon. Udon. Well, I keep calling him Udon. U- Unum, who smiles at you ear to ear, happy that you listen to him without much complaint. When you settle at the chair, you realize, well, you're not sure what to do or say, or what not to say. So you have three options. I'll come back to that later. I don't know. Why did I do that? All right. I'm doing too much. I'll start yapping? What do All right, break the ice. Let him break the ice. You think it's the safe thing to do is wait for him to start a conversation, but you're afraid he won't like this. Although you can't think of what to say anyway, so you accept your fate, whatever it may be. I'm not wait for. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have. I was scared if I start yapping, he'd be like, "I didn't command you to talk." Beg my life, he'll think I'm whiny. I don't. I don't know. If I call him Udon one more time, Unum. Unum waits for a long time before speaking directly and start cutting the piece of meat that you brought earlier. Slowly, he brings it to his mouth. Be my test subject. Huh? You have no choice but to accept being his test subject, but you don't know whether to trust him or not. So far, he has done nothing but take everything lightly with a regretness. Do you have that he's not deceiving you? Do you accept? I need you to respond quickly before Sipta asks to remove the seal. If you accept, I'll take you to my domain. Oh my goodness, bro. Let's accept. Let's accept. Let's accept. Let's accept. Let's accept this time. All right, I'll go with you. I promise not to break you too. Frick! Promise not to break you too quickly. You really, you have no idea what the hell you got yourself into. Maybe something would have been a better choice. All right. When Nelly removes the seal, you must stay completely still. You nod your head. Not even 3 seconds pass when you feel a strange presence in your body. You assume it must be Nele. Nele and Scepter militarize right where you last saw them. Nele stands next to the table, and Scepter sitting beside Unan. I called him Udon again. Unum, as always been there. Well, I didn't think the gift would come in and out of one piece. Congrats. Scepter is interrupted by Unan, who lunges at you. I'm about to die. I'm about to die, bro. I'm about to die. If you weren't from Unum speed, you surely would have moved to avoid him. But since your reflexes are slower, in contrast, you remain still as stone. Unum's arms wrapped around you, taking your breath away with how tightly he's squeezing you. What the? Suddenly you stop, hearing Simo's voice and the atmos noise of the dining room. You just got freaking kidnapped. I should have said no! I should have said no. Such a hand creases your face invites you to leave your subconsciousness. You try to open your eyes, but the light of the place is preventing you. It's bothersome. You don't know how long you've been unconscious. You feel the same hands driving, giving you a gently pat on the cheeks. Each one of them's getting rougher by the second pass. All right, bro. Stop. All right, you don't need to slap me. I'm being blinded. One strong enough to hurt makes you scream. You open your eyes abruptly, and the first thing you see is U- Unum, with his stupid grin. Stop it already! Oh shoot, I didn't mean to. My bad. Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. You screamed with so much anger that Unan stopped abruptly and looks at you. His eyes widen. you have you have pain receptors. Excellent. It seems the smell of your emmet is correct. You belong to the human race. No, I don't. Imagine if I didn't say anything. Okay. Una expression shows how excellent he is, which you don't like very much, because you know from your own experience that it doesn't lead to anything good. You decide it's better to not let him get more excited than necessary, so you ignore him to observe your surroundings. You find yourself in a bed, surrounded enough for two people, in a room that, to be honest, could bring a king. Sorry. The place is so immaculate that it doesn't look real. You like it? This would be your own room. I was thinking about it, and I suppose it would be impossible to leave you in a residence of my wives. Dang, how many wives do you have? It would devour you as soon as you step foot in the place. Wives? Not just one, but more? But you can't help but feel pity for the poor woman who has this brat as their partner. You feel that he probably doesn't declare enough time to each one of them. I spoke with Septa and Nelly, told him that mother would make another gift so that everyone can have their share. That means you're my property now. This is the first time have this is the first time I have a living human in my domain. Um, we're stuck with you. We about to just chill with you. Ask him why he can't have living humans. Ask him about mother. Don't ask him anything. Ask him why he can't have living humans. Why can't you have living humans in your domain? Do not analyze your face for a moment before answering, as if complaining what kind of information he will reveal to you. Nile and Mother says that there can only be humans for our consumption. Nile excuses himself by saying that he can't provide any since we only have 6 humans each month. No more than that. That's why Mother makes a gift every Sunday as a placeable, since human flesh is valuable for our physical forms, but very attractive. You are the placeable. Although it's the first time a gift smells like a real human. Let's ask him about Mother. Who's Mother? Mother really hasn't made you like the others. Hmm. Una ponders for answering. Mother is embodiment of the guardian itself. All of this is Mother. Mother takes care of us, and we keep her alive. I suppose you understand a bit more. It's like nurturing relationship both parties benefits. Well, you must be hungry. I read somewhere that humans have times and eats more than once a day. Although Septon does it all the time, too, when it has been his domain. He sits at a table in the morning, afternoons, nights to eat. I asked him why he does it, but he always tells me it's none of my business. Nelly also does it sometimes, but that's why they are both so strong. I don't need it, but maybe I'll even try it now that you're here with me. For some reason, it feels kind of enduring that he talks to you so freely, like an old friend. And the fact that he's been reading information about human makes you wondered. How long has he been planning to have one? Like, is he forbidden to have like none of them picked him? And it's like, dang. It makes you feel like a pet that its owner talks to after getting home from work. Walk behind me and don't stray. My wife likes to come to my residence to relax. Escape seems not to be optional for now. You don't want to die trying. It's a nice behind room. Oh my goodness. He leaves the bed you're in and waits for you at the door. You get up and begin to follow Unan through the hallways. You walk so close to him that you're almost tripping on his heels. These are some creepy pictures. You're slow to reach the destination place under the silence that is neither comfortable nor uncomfortable. We're in the kitchen. Blah, blah. Cook something. Cook something for two. You can use whatever you like. Everything here is edible. I don't know how to cook. I'll wait for you in the dining room. Without another word, Unan disappears from the kitchen and leaves you alone. Look around and inspect every corner in the place. There are cupboards, pantries filled with food, and a refrigerator full of meat, fruits, and vegetables. You wonder why there's so much food if Unan said he doesn't need it. Mm. Okay, let's cook something simple. You managed to the kitchen, like for ingredients to cook something simple. Something that satisfies hunger. It doesn't take too long to finish. What on earth did I make? You take the plates to the table and realize that unlike the rest of the place, the table is small and simple, where only 2 people can fit. You sit down once Udon places a plate in front of you. He doesn't wait. to start eating, opting to swallow the food as soon as he puts it on the table. He devours everything so quickly, making it impossible to tell if he likes it or not, because his expression reflects nothing more than neutral, as if the flavor or the food itself doesn't interest in him. Thanks for the meal. And that's the only feedback you get. Gosh, gosh, you really tried hard. Sighing, you restrain yourself to eating what's on your plate. You close your eyes and put your first bite in your mouth. It's delicious. You eat slowly without rushing, bite after bite. You take a pause to breathe, but something's nagging you. The feeling of being watched makes your stomach turn. Yeah, 'cause he has like four eyes on me. Your eyes travel to where Uda is sitting, and you confirms your suspicion he's looking at you. It's fantastic. Your body changes all the time. It's never the same. From your breathing to your heartbeat. You don't like the way he's looking at you or the tone of his voice at all. What do you mean? I want to know more. Your crash of chairs begin throwing onto the floor. What the frick? He was just eating! You're not able to process what's happening until your back hits the wall and Una grabs you by the collar of your clothes. You don't know how long I have waited for this opportunity. If I break your chest and remove any of your organs, then your heart or the brain, how long would it take for your body to shut down? Um, I don't know if I can say that because I actually know the answer to that. Because if you're ripped out my guts, it'll take a while. Because mostly you'll die from blood loss, heavy blood loss. My brain, obviously, you immediately die because you need that. Uh, and heart, you immediately die as well. I think it's like you're conscious for like a couple seconds when your heart gets ripped out, but that's it. And if I remove your tongue, would you be able to would you be able to keep eating or even speak? You can still speak with your tongue ripped out. Actually, fun fact, you can still speak with your tongue ripped out. It's just that you can't pronounce certain words, and it will be difficult for you to eat because your tongue does help you push food to the back and also help you like separate food and stuff. Will you be able to keep eating or speak? Please don't. What level of damage does your body have to have in order not to be able to regain itself? What is the limit? You have to do something before this crazy man tears you apart. Uh, What do I say? All right, because if we fight, he gonna definitely kill us. Can't get back for your life. Here's what open your eyes as panic begins to form from inside you. I think that made that worse. I think it was like even more. As your best, try to force your mouth to sleep, please. That can save your skin. Please don't hurt me. Oh, udon. Udon. It's not udon. It's unum. Unum. Unum examines you closely. Focus on your eyes. You try to calm down, but it's impossible. You can't help but sob while you beg. Once more, once one comes out, the others follow, like a spin. Tear after tear pours from your eyes, running down your cheeks, and then fall onto your clothes. As the uh, and part of if I call this man Udon again, Unam's arm. Shoot, I'm about to just keep calling him Udon, bro. Unam. The redhead observes the path of the tears and take in its frustration that you cannot divert. Please, I swear that oh my goodness, I'm so dead. Once of Udon's hands hits your jaw, gripping it tightly. What is this? Is that what I think it is? Gosh, it's like you're screaming for me to devour. Oh, I knew it would make it worse. Ah, that face you're making. I can't take it anymore. Oh, something hard pierces your chest, and little by little you lose consciousness. Crying doesn't achieve anything. Alright. Try to reason with him. You try to talk sense into him, but you can tell there's more than interesting things humans can do alive. You tell him that there's many things, especially that you don't even know, even process. What kind of information or data about human bodies you're throwing at him? But it doesn't work. Just Udon just looks at you. Entirely, he no longer has the actual expression from before. Without warning, Udon takes your arm with an unusual sensation of delight. He about to eat my arm or rip my arm off. Huh? Udon looks at you completely serious as you squirm under his grip due to the strange shift in the mood. His mouth is dangerously close to your arm, so close that you can feel the heat of his lips brush against your skin. He about to eat my arm. You mentally prepare yourself for him to tear off your limb with his own teeth. From here, I can feel your heartbeat. Is this what they call a pulse? Awesome. Although I don't like this substance you're releasing. It's all over your body now. Just like that, Hunan lets you go, and you fall to the ground. You remain there, not moving a single muscle, staring at Una in terror. Now I understand why Nelly avoids stressing humans. He puts both of his hands on his hips and sighs. Ah, sorry, Winnie. I didn't mean to scare you. It's just that not having eaten at the hotel, I'm really hungry. It,
I thought you said you don't need to eat.
okay, wait, no. I think only humans can satisfy their hunger. I think that's why. Yeah, only humans can satisfy their hunger. So that's why they'd be like fighting for the human. So he probably like begin the unlucky side. Oh my! Where his? I'm yawning while trying to talk. His nails are orange. That's my favorite color. You're my favorite because you got my favorite color on. Okay. He doesn't have to say it explicitly for you know. Know that it means that he couldn't eat you in the hotel, and you assume that he couldn't eat the replacement that mother gave to the others, probably because he was staying here with you. I've been waiting more than a week for a place to boo, and there are 14 days until the next candle festival. Are you still hungry? You just ate. We just ate something. How could he be hungry? Ah, the food I the food I have doesn't taken away my hunger, nor it tastes like anything. Well, I noticing the way that you slightly asking the reason why he has food in his kitchen, clears the stove before responding with some shame. My wives, on the other hand, likes to cook, and I like to watch them do it. So I'm not complaining. While Udon speaks, he tries to calm your nerves. Clearly, the delay in front of you is unstable, or the least he becomes so exhilarated. Well, wait, hold on. He becomes more exhilarated. Okay, I said that word wrong, didn't I? But you have no choice but to continue and adapt to survive, since escape is not an option at this point. Although you would like to know that your true purpose is here. About becoming your test subject, we could talk about it tomorrow. No, why did I say? Oh my goodness. I'm a, oh my goodness. You say firmly, you know what is being his test subject will allow you to survive at a cost of physical and mental health. In the case that you really hope that he'll kill you once for all, then you can try to survive again with Scepter or Nele. Why is Nele glitchy? If I become your test subject, I need to know in advance what test you'll do. Oh, he seems uncomfortable. I read humans can create something similar to what creator made, but different. It's something progressive that doesn't go from nothing to anything exactly. You try to understand what he means, but nothing comes to mind because his explanation is somewhat vague. Unan notices your silence, looks away, and you realize that his ears are red. You doubt it's from rage. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about tomorrow. I think I know what he's talking about. I think I know what he's talking about. Uh, I'll close the residence so that no one can enter. You are free to roam the place and do as you please. That would unleash you, disappearing from sight. Shoot, sorry. Let's e- let's explore. Why would I find? I need to be on my best behavior. We're not gonna do nothing stupid. You walk through the hallways and available in the residence. There's a few windows and no possibilities of getting out of them because they're barricaded. The hallways are full of paintings that focus on showing the human figure and their everyday lives. If you were in a museum, it would be very interesting, but now it just makes you uncomfortable. So you focus on looking at everything but the paintings. For example, the doors. Many of the doors are blocked, so you can't visual beyond the hallways. Investigate rooms? Many of the rooms inside the residence are locked. No matter how hard you try, you can't open their doors. Although there are some that opens, they don't have anything interesting inside. You feel at that exact moment you reach the rooms where Udon is, but this one looks different from the others. But then you try to open, nothing happens. You can't go in. Okay, makes sense. I don't think anyone will come attack me. Investigate the rooms. I walked the hallway, didn't I? It's the same, right? Yeah, it's the same. Let's head back to our room. Cause I don't want to say like I defend myself. You decided to take the time to call it resting. The room Udon gave you. You don't seem like it's a bad idea. Lay down. Tomorrow will be a new day. You lie in bed and try to fall asleep. It takes you a little, but in the end, you manage to fall asleep. We're sleepy boy. You don't dream about anything. Oh.
I wake up to him slapping me again.
Your eyes are heavy when you open them. You feel like you haven't been able to rest at all. Not at all. You're finally awake. Your eyes focus upon hearing his voice. And what is this? Why does it looks like
What is that?
I think that's supposed to be like steak with gravy on top of it. An apple. Steak for breakfast. And you find him sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at you with wide eyes. What is that? I have made you morning food. With a smile full of sharp teeth, Leon presents you with a tray of fruit and a poorly made chop of what you prepared yesterday. What did I make yesterday? Una looks proud and show off his breakfast, but the more you look at it, look at what he had in his hands, the more imperfections you see. You could tell that he has no idea how to prepare food. Una offers you the tray, and you must make a decision.
Yes, I stopped it.
Like, you don't have the heart to reject him. He made it. He made it. With fear, you prepare to eat what is on the tray. The fruits clearly won't taste bad, but we're gonna cook however. Regardless of how it tastes or looks, you're going to eat it. You try to put on your best face while you eat, but the taste of the stuff makes it difficult. But you have to become I'm okay. But you have to because udon looks at you with a smile from ear to ear while you're eating. Uh,
I was about to say when he's not looking out throw up, but he has 4 eyes. He has like 2 giant eyes right next to his head.
you remain in the room for a few minutes, Unan at the foot of the bed, and looking through the barricade windows. Who is Due? Who is Due? Came to visit.
Who the heck is Due?
You have no idea, but apparently Una isn't capable of remaining silent for any stretch of time. And he has the need to explain himself whatever he can. But he also is not the one who's keep anything to himself. She passed me the leftovers placeable that mother brought to the hotel. So we'll be able to carry out the experiment without problems. What is the experiment? I want to I was right. I was right. I was thinking correctly because like how he was acting. Uh, I want to create a hybrid. Hybrid.
What?
Yo, that child won't be overpowered. Whoever is like using, you jump out of bed from sheer blitnesses of the situation. I read that humans go through a cycle that keeps them constantly changing, and thanks to that, they'll be able to produce offsprings. And the results are being that are not exactly the copy of them, unlike us. No matter how many times I tried, our composure does not allow us to create descendants with our own. Then I started reading the documents that Serpent has on humans, and there's data of birth that occurs on a Sunday. Son of a scepter and a human. Okay. Oh, very interesting. Uh, so I'm assuming our MC is a female, or or has female organs. One of those two. Mainly the female organs part. Son of a scepter and a human. Oh my gosh, I'm just stuck in my throat. Ugh. Oh. When approaches you, so he can take your hands and covers them with his own, asking you to go along with it. You can't believe it. If you accept, I swear that I'll take care of you and you'll live with all possible comforts. Please. We're already down the rabbit hole. We made it this far. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You have no idea what procedure will be like. But under that promise that you can live, you will do with anything. Okay, let's do it. He's he's stunned. Uh, Udon Unum looks at you with his mouth open, processing what you just came out your mouth. And as if a light bulb went off inside his head, Una suddenly grabs your cheeks and crashes his mouth against yours. His hands begin to slowly move across your body, from your cheeks down to your hips and thighs. I love you. Whoa, stop, stop, stop. He's going fast and not in invitation. The redhead feels or words, but you don't think he means it. He only knows you for a few days. I wanted you since I saw you at the hotel. I love you, I love you, I love you so much. Damn, he's crazy, but you like that. And then suddenly Udon stops. Ah, shit. I forgot about consent. Yo, he's my favorite. I think it's something important for you humans. Yo, I love him already, bro. I love him. Oh my goodness, I love him. I love him so much. Indeed, it's important. Um, you have to give him points for keeping that in mind. Can we proceed? Yep. Continue then. All right. Sorry. Yo. Uh, Unam slowly runs his hands across his chest, and, and gently he removes something shiny from in it. What is that? It's a transpire spear dripping with gold like liquid. I have to place this inside your chest, and then remove it. It's my essence, so we must do it carefully. He says, smiling tenderly. But I'm probably not thinking what you're thinking. After all, Una isn't human. We uh, we have no other choice. We gotta accept. Una slowly runs his hand across his chest, and gently he removes something shiny from in it, and transpires a spear dripping with gold like liquid. You don't understand why he does that, but you assume that indeed Unan has another way in his mind. It won't hurt. You sure? Yes, I considered with sex. What? Yes, I consulted with Sextum a while ago. How do you wait? I don't want to ask my Alexa what are these words because it makes me feel like I'm dumb. And now she's doing too much. Yes, I considered with sex to Alexa. What is SEXTAM? She don't even know. Oh my goodness. We gotta pull out my trusty phone to look up what
how to say this. TAM. Sex Tom. Sex Tom. Sex Tom? A while ago. And she said, well, the other part said it was means father, but okay. And she says that it's not dangerous because it's just a small extract that it will combine both genes to form a new one. A demigod, descendants from symbols and humans. Although Unda's words calmed you down a little, but there is something that has been bothering you from the beginning. What? Wait, what? Okay. Wait, I'm a puppet. I just remembered. I'm a puppet. I don't want to get pregnant, but I can't get pregnant. How the frick? Then why am I doing this? Shoot, my bad. Why am I doing this if I can't get pregnant? What? Why am I doing this? Um, I don't want to get pregnant. He looks at you strangely. Is that when females humans carries the baby? You nod your head and Una does nothing but laugh. That won't be a problem. Whether your body is capable of carrying a baby or not, it won't matter because there's no need to use you as an oven. An oven? Did he just practice your procedure to cooking in an oven? You don't know how to take that. You assume that you'll just let it go because he's totally different entity than humans. I think that's like a hint, like when you're announcing a woman's pregnant, there's a bun in the oven or a bunny in the oven. So Sarah explains it to me, and it takes a long time. The offspring will be cultivative within a new essence that will be formed. It won't affect your body or mind. Okay. After saying that, Udon asks you one more time, and asks you and calmer. What? What is? Wait, I'm slow. After saying that, Udon asks you once more, and you calmer accept again. With the same sense of delicacy, Udon placed a hand over his essence and your chest and applied pressure. The place, the place where his pressing on you starts feeling hot. Not the point it's burning or pain, it's just hot nonetheless until something inside you opens, allowing Unan to pass through your chest. Uh, does it hurt? He acts scared. He tries to remove his hand, but you stop him. No, it feels strange. Just a little more. Hang in there. You both remain still for a long time, and you wonder how longer will it take for the exchange of essence to end. Meanwhile, Unan observes your features, with vexation. There is a moment where you feel like your chest starts to burn. It hurts a little, but you endure it. There it is. What the frick? Read! Read, Gabby! Read! There it is. There is it. Uno removes his hand from your body with a precise gold-like color essence. Now, taking on another color, Uno examines it before giving you a small smile and shows all his teeth. With great care, he places essence in your hand, extracting a large part of form to one gold. And the one you have in your hands is a beautiful red color. Upon observing it for a long time, you notice how there's movements within the essence. Something is forming. Udon, for his part, places the essence back in his chest, guarding it. I will place the baby in a safe room. He warns you before taking the baby from your hands and carrying them out the room. In a way, you feel like this whole situation is bizarre. Your body feels heavy, as if you could run through the had ran 4 kilometers without rest. It's strange, like he has taken out part of you, an important part, but you are complete. There's nothing missing. If you want, you can rest here for a while. Unan says as he appears back in the room and settled into bed. You decide to lie down for a while, and without realizing, you close your eyes for a moment. What? I see that you have eaten unsanctified food. Inside you, there's poison spreading little by little. Sorry, I can't control how my fruits are consumed. Udon is an idiot. Whoa! Hey, watch your mouth! Don't call him an idiot! You wake up suddenly, feeling a drop of cold sweat running down your neck. Hey, don't call my man's an idiot. He ain't no idiot. He's my idiot. Ooh, my fingertips. Am I getting frostbite? Uh, what? Why did my brain go to that? And the first thing you see is Unan looking at you closely, almost inspecting you. Your breathing is consistent when you rest. Impressive. Honestly, you rather him to take these kind of comments than have him freak out for 5 minutes wanting to break you into pieces to discover how your body works. That's all in the past now. It's not that big of a deal. Have you been watching me for a while? Watching me for a while? Yes. Is it forbidden to do so? No, but you stop when you feel your stomach turn. Something inside you burns. You get up quickly thinking you're about to throw up, but the only thing that comes out of your mouth was red petals mixed with blood. What? You look closely at them. They seem to have a strange looking symbol on it. What's that? I don't freaking know. I just threw them out. What's that? Like I'm supposed to know the answer. Well, normally humans don't do that, so I'm gonna say that. You don't have time to think for a moment because your coughing attack stops. Something scratches your throat. Winnie, don't tell me you give them food. And they, who is this hottie? Sorry. Alexa? What is Aeliana?
Eliana is a
Alexa, stop. Liliana. Unan. I heard from Angris and Solaris, these names! Solaris says that you have been preparing food without doing the satisfaction ritual. And I ate it out of pure. Ah, you did it! You did it right over the. What? Have you called Sexum if you don't want this thing to die? But Sexum is in the church. You're right. What about Quinnen? He's mad at me. I'm sure he'll come. Hey, the wife is like, listen here. We don't like you, but our husband likes you. I don't know. I don't know. They just like, yeah, just get somebody to kill it. You're not understanding anything. And your body doesn't ask for anything more than explain what is in your throat. But even though you're coughing constantly, nothing comes out. You're choking on petals. Oh my goodness, you can't take it anymore. Careful. The woman tries to throw you, but you can't catch when you fall onto the bed to the floor. The fall is so strong that it makes your bones ache. The air that enters your lungs is not enough to keep you conscious. Oh my goodness! You fell unconscious. You feel a hand grabs you and forces you trying to pull you down. But something prevents you. Electric runs through your body. You open your eyes, but the light is too bright. Oh my goodness. They're going to die. Uda is heard in the distance. If this one dies and you blame me again, I already apologize. Only because Miss Irons told you to. The shouting is what brings you back to life. You open your eyes and the first thing you see is an unknown entity that has one hand holding you on the shoulders and the other hand carefully touching your stomach. How the hell did they eat something unpurified? Your stomach churns again as the entity hands gently squeeze the specific area. You can't help but drop to the ground, exclaiming more red petals. Shit. Was it necessary to purify the food? Bro! You are missing the nutrients or something. Trivia has said a million times what happens to her fruits, and you have no idea. Your wives need to eat, and you have no idea. I don't know how to cook. They're the ones who cook. So I don't know what you have to purify food. You're so fucking stupid. You're, wait, like your eyes can't stay open. Oh my goodness. You stop listening to what's happening and fall back into a deep sleep. The increase of temperature is what wakes you up. You feel a thick drop of sweat runs down your forehead. But you want to go back to sleep again. You're very tired. You should be grateful that this thing biology and minds are very similar. Have you done this before? Of course. I can't believe everywhere at once. There always a chance that one of my children might eat fruit that wasn't sanctified. What? Satisfaction. One one eye you open your eyes to see what's happening, but the light is too bright. Oh, Quinnen, it's working. Udon says as if he can't believe it. Quinnen clicks his tongue in exhaustion. Don't shout. We still need to extract the main rose. Oh my goodness, we are freaking dying. A strange sensation forms from the skin covering your abdomen. Something is pushing its way from your stomach with urgency. It doesn't hurt, but it feels uncomfortable. Spit it out here. Your vision is filled with a hand, waiting for you, wait with an open palm for something. And that something doesn't take long to arrive. You throw a perfect intact rose in your mouth. It's disgusting, but judging by Quinn's face, he doesn't think that the same. In fact, he looks completely indifferent, as if he doesn't care about holding a rose covered in saliva and gastric juices, as if he has done this countless times before. It's exactly the same. I really don't understand the difference between minds and sexums. Their biology is very similar. Yours don't think. Una replies playfully. You're the one who doesn't think. Dang, dang, dang. They about to throw hands. Yeah, let's ignore the fact you almost killed me there with your cooking. Quentin quickly stands up and grabs Udon by one of his clothes. The redhead just laughs, downplaying the Quinn's anger. If I hear you say one more time, I swear that I'll break you're hiding. Whoa! Chill. Leave the child out of this. Leave the hybrid out of this. Leave the child out of this. Leave the child out of this. His smile vanished completely, and he looks down at Quentin utterly serious. Huh? How do you know about them? You hear another heartbeat inside this human. Hmm. Woodard remains still, staring intensely at Quentin. Whether due to the difficulty of holding his gaze against the sun or simply discomfort, Quentin clicks his tongue, letting go and pushing him away. I suppose Sherman has already told you that I'll be the one making the change. I, this is not how I expected his outfit to look like. I'll be honest. I thought he'd be in a whole doctor attire. Yes. Then Gwen smiles again. Do you want to see them? No, thanks. I'll return to my domain. If you need help in anything unfamiliar situations, you can just call me or text them. Well, we are all the same about this. Without another word, Clint leaves the room. Gudon remains thoughtfully for a moment before giving you a knowing look. Now, now comes the hard part: is cultivating a god. What do you mean? Isn't that isn't that how you say it? Say what? When you take care of something until it's ready. That's called raising. Perfect. Let's raise a god. But I'm going to need your help. I still don't understand how a grand life goes through changes that allows it to grow and improve. I never seen it with my own eyes. So I suppose you know a little more than about this. You'll do whatever it takes to save your skin, and if it means playing happy family with with the sun god, you'll do it without hesitation. You know what? Count on me. Well, smiles without showing his teeth. I thought he was gonna say he's doubting me. His expression is tender, nothing like how he looks he used to give you. The day passes quickly. You indulge yourself and find yourself accompanied by Unan and his wives. Even though the heat become increasing hard to bear, it's nothing that you can truly hurt you. A little heat doesn't kill anyone, right? Bro, watch on the last day I'll be in pain. You obviously you sorry, I need to stop screaming in the mic. I noticed some parts of my audio it's like sorry. You look around and see three pairs of eyes fixated on you. Anglaya, Ingerians, and Solus. Even though they stare at you as if they wanted to devour you, they remain quite respectful and calm, unlike Unan. Dang! How did you pull these baddies? Especially you. What's up, Shadi? What's your name? Sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Udon asks about his wife to show him how to purify food because, according to him, both of you and the baby should eat without worrying about poisoning from Tara. You should have have to bring your hands together around the fruit and you must sing the essence of Tria. Without further explanation, Ingarius start I'm speaking and my mouth becoming dry. Ingarius starts singing in the language you do not understand. Both of you and Udon stares in amusement at the fruit begins to glow. Then you witness a seal shattering in the mid-air. Then Tira's shell is broken. The fruit can be consumed. Maybe a little god doesn't face a moral danger as winning when eating unsanctified fruits, but the risk is always there. Maybe it's like us. Don't assume without knowing, dears. Today we'll cook, but starting tomorrow you'll do it. Okay, makes sense. You'll cook for everyone. Hey! Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Like they was like you chilling, you sleeping in our crib. You gotta cook. You gotta do work around here. I like her design. So pretty. For a moment, you think about talking to you, but then you realize that Aglaya's eyes is fixing on Una. Oh, they're telling him he has to cook. So pay attention. After a intense cooking class, then you constantly redhead Una attention to explanation. Everyone gathers around the table. Then you all begin to eat. The atmosphere is cozy, even more so than your mind could imagine, and that scares you a little. Udon's wife talks a lot, too much, so much that you struggle to follow them. Though Udon doesn't. He pays attention to everything they say, occasionally asking questions but never interrupting. You're speechless. Tomorrow we'll be go with Duan to check on Orman's belt. It's been a long time since you've been there. I don't like that Duan refers to you by assigning names. You're no longer her property. Yes, we are. Udon, we already explained this. Udon lets out a sigh, clearly displeased and overwhelmed by the situation. I still don't understand how it doesn't bother you. You're free. You no longer under anyone's command. That's only applies when Duan isn't around and we still have responsibilities. But we don't mind Udon. Adai takes Udon's hand tenderly, caressing the back of it with her thumb. Udon, on the other hand, swallows his words, choosing not to argue any further. He does love his wives. That's so cute. By the time you finish udon and you clear the dishes and wash them, while the wives say their goodbyes and wish you good night. That's the only thing I can say. But I need to stop yelling in the mic. Yes. Duan gives them names when creating them. Usually she just assigns a number, but if they're brilliant and perform well, Duan names them with honor. What were they called? How do you Alenkai, Alenem, and Mataka. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They're beautiful names, but their names are under ownership. When they come with me, I ask them to choose their own names. I see. Your name? It doesn't impose on you. The name you give me when you were with Nule, does that count as imprisonment? You change the subject to avoid answering his question. You don't know if Unan catches the hint or not, but plays along. Time passes as the dishes are how to sanctify food, while Unan shows you what he learned from with the apple. And incredibly, he managed to break the seal. With a smile revealing all his teeth, he offers it to you. You know what? Good job. You grab the apple and take a big bite. After chewing it, you're baring your teeth just like he does. Unan blushes and laughs heartily. Eventually, you feel tired, and Udon takes you to your room. Udon for glances at you for a second, while you're already under the sheets, then suddenly approaches. When you sleep, what does it feel like? It's a bit difficult to answer with his face so close to yours. How does the answer someone who can't or doesn't need sleep? I don't know how to explain it. Uh, we got three endings and they're both bad. Uh, Explain in a simple way. I don't know else. You don't want to confuse him by delaying the conversation to a heart-to-heart explanation concept like sleep phases and what dreams exist. Maybe you can explain it another day. So you simplify replied with the feels like it's sleep. While you speak, you notice Unan reclining on the bed, watching you with his eyes wide open. His attention is entirely on you, catching every word of every word you uttered, just as he did when his wives were talking at the table. He looks so cute. He looks cute. In the moment, Una's expression shifts to one of distress. Do you think the baby can dream? I wish they could experience that. It sounds liberating. Don't you dream? No, we're not built like humans. We don't need to rest, much less dream. Our only purpose is to maintain order of the garden. So sleeping and dreaming is a waste of time, or that's what Septon says. Oh. Uno clears his throat, a bit embarrassed by his remark. You should rest now. See you in a few hours. Good night. He kisses you all. He kisses you on the forehead and leaves the room. That's so cute. You ponder for a long time over and over the conversation with Udon. The name are important, more important than you thought. If Udon Wise belongs to Durin, then the symbols must be also belongs to someone. Could it be someone be Scepter? Maybe tomorrow you should ask why names are important and why Udon doesn't feel comfortable calling his wives by their original names. Little by little, your eyes begin to close. You sink into a deep sleep. I was knocked out. Good morning, Winnie. Winnie! Two hands grabbed your shoulders, urgently shaking you. I went to check on it. Bro, did something happen to the child? I'll be so devastated. I'll be so devastated if something happens to the baby. Please, no. I went to go check on the baby, and there's something off about them. You have to blink a few times to fully wake up and understand what the red is saying. What? There's something off about the baby. What's wrong with the baby? Without a word, Udon grabs your hand and drags you out of the bed. Udon does his best to explain, aiming panic and nervous that what's happening to the baby. But you don't understand anything. You just need 5 minutes of peace, please. Just 5 minutes to ponder the choices that led you here. Is it? Oh. Oh my goodness. I thought you were supposed to say the baby's dead. Is it normal for it to move so much? Why is he asking you this? Knowing that neither of you have any idea how a baby's created from combined souls develops. I don't know. Hasn't someone explained the development process of thing to you? This thing is a baby. Well, we don't know the gender of the baby. You don't know what makes the comments for udon or the fact that the thing is clearly pointing at his in a baby. It's transpired mass that moves as if it was feeling discomfort. Hmm. Uh, Maybe hold it? And you don't know if it's capable of feeling anything. I think it needs to be stabilized. We both had to take it. You hope that Seiza told him this and that he's not making it up. As you approach, you feel a immune burst of heat, not as pleasant as one radiant from Udon body. No, the heat's unbearable. We're comforting the baby. Please, actually, don't kill the baby. If it kills the baby, oh my goodness, I'm going to be devastated. Put your hand there. It looks like I'm having frostbite. uh, oh my goodness. Why? I see the word and the word went out my brain. Together with Udon, you both place your hands on the mass. You feel a tingling on your fingers and your arm, but it doesn't hurt or burn. So this is like a birth of a star? You're able to answer Udon as the flash clouds your minds. It's so bright that you have to shut them tightly to avoid blindness. Oh my goodness. A intense heat surrounds and embraces you, as if the sun rays were piercing your skin, softly kissing you for an extended time. Then the glow ceases. You open your eyes and Udon shouts, "Did it split? We having twins? We're having twins!" Indeed, the mess is no longer one but two. You hear a door slam open. "My Lady Dula, you cannot enter this room without notifying us." Whoa, excuse me? Oh my goodness. You're not having my babies. You're not having my kids. No. I don't want to speak to you, Aklania. I don't know how to say that. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Alia glances in pain. Her lips pressed tightly shut. Udan turns to see Dura enter through the doors, following by Elania. "You don't have permission to give orders in my domain. Give her voice back, right now. After this." Dura ignores the orders, moving closer to you. "I must assist in the birth of the binary stars. You cannot touch my children! They aren't yours. Septa has ordered me to assist wherever it is needed. And my assistance is needed now. You are not qualified for this." Rhea doesn't get a chance to retort, and Duna adds her voice laced with venom. "You are very engrossed, especially since those around you are even better than you." Whoa! Stop talking down at stronger and larger. Yo, shut your lips. You don't even have lips. Shut your eyeballs. How you talking? You talking through your eyeballs? Yeah, shut your eyeballs and stop talking. But that's not suitable for giving space to organic life. Huh. Dude pulls your hands away. Dude pulls your hands away from the mass and asks Udon for space so that she can do her work. She does have a mouth. Um, if she kills my babies, I'm gonna be so devastated. Ridiculously, Udon takes a few steps back with you, and when he deems a distance safe, he moves in front of you, covering your body with his own. You're sure it must be for protection. Damn! Duna places both hands on each of the masks, and with one swipe pulls the glowing brighter, a glow far brighter than before emerges. Udon covers your eyes with his arms, and deadly silence follows. The room temperature becomes unbearable, and the baby cries shatter the silence, followed with much weaker one. What is this? Whoa! Let me see the baby. Like a fisherman, Duel holds one the creature by the feet, and both cried because the positions they're in. You feel yourself sweating, and your vision starts blurred. The hot air only deepens your desperation at each passing second. That's not how you hold them, you brute. Yes, yes, it's adorable. Yo, yo, oh, they Stunduet passes the two entities into Unon's arms. He holds them the way one should hold a human baby. Is this a human? No, they're hybrids. I thought I thought a god was ready to claim their rank. Who emerged? Not this. Why? That's why he said you should be here. That doesn't matter. You will have a good day after a while. I suppose Septum knows you're playing at a being human. Duo wipes the small entity in Uman's arms, and what? The atmosphere is tense. They're yours. You need to give them names. Now. You can't take it anymore, and Udon seems to notice how unwell you are. With a hint of nervous in his voice, he asks you to step out for out of the room for a moment. He gestures for you to step out into the garden for some fresh air. Can I hold the baby? Can I hold the babies? And you do it so without protest. Aw, I want to hold the babies. It take you tries towards the door leading to the garden and sit down on one of the nearby benches. You take a deep breath and close your eyes. And hear the fresh and the and the air is fresh. And you don't feel your lungs burning as you breathe in. You glance at your hands and something starts to worry you. It's not their color, since septums are also born with those marks. No, what worries you is that you begin to feel less in them. You have no sensation in your fingertips. The sensation in the area is almost non existent. Although you can move your fingers, something inside tells you that sooner or later you'll lose that ability. If you tell Udon about this, will he be able to help you? Honestly, Udon doesn't seem frightening now. Um, oh my goodness. I need to drink some water. But you suspect it's because you've been with him for a while, and perhaps that you've grown accordingly to his odd appearance personality. He's not bad, just peculiar and a bit violent when he's hungry. Could it be valuable for you to stay here? If you try to escape, will you have any other option to survive? I'm staying with him! Yes, the best of your possibilities options. You don't know what's beyond the garden, nor what's the world or society's out like there. To the top it all, according to what you've seen or heard, you smell like a human, and that's not good for you. You're an easy target. Do you already have permission to be outside? You recognize that voice. Yes. I have permission. Udon gave me permission. Why you here? Why what? You lift your gaze and see Septa standing next to you, looking over your shoulder. Uh, I'm gonna greet him. Good morning. Septa smiles occasionally. Answer my oh my gosh. Oh right. Udon asks me to go out for fresh air. The room we're in wasn't pleasant. Too much heat. I imagine. Humans can't withstand the power of so many stars for very long, let alone newly formed stars. If you haven't gone out, you'd probably be dead by now. Dang! Okay. What's up with me being aggressive? Like, I'm glad I went with Udon. You want to ask if he comes to see the hybrid, but you're afraid of he might react. Let's go see them. Uh, humans hybrids? They're yours too. I want to see them, but like Udon told me to step out. Udon told me to step out for a bit. I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see them. You walk back awkward. Sermon makes no effort to engage the conversation, and you're sure that if you speak first without his permission, he'll get angry. Inside Uno resident, and you encounter his wives, who are outside the room. Nothing expected presence. All of them lower their heads in greeting. Karen, has the situation stabilized? I and I'm so bad with these names. Anna remains silent, and Serpent appears to understand why he gestures with hands. Her lips relax, and she replies, Lady Dunes has stabilized the new stars. It is now safe for Winnie. Good. Oh my goodness, why does he sound so glad? I think he's mad because I didn't pick him. the door the door to the room opened by itself, and Septim makes his way through. Do Unan. I remind you that it's crucial for Winnie to be present at the most critical moments. I would not tolerate them being taken away from them again. All right, bro. Duran straightens immediately, like a low-ranking soldier standing at attention before their general. Septon, my apologies. I asked him to leave before the energy in the room got too consistent. I know, but I need Winnie to observe the development of both gods. Are they stable yet? Yes. Okay, Durant, we're leaving now. We're not. Yes. I want an audience with you tonight. Can I see the kids? Septa exits the room with Durance and with a quick look in your direction. Udon doesn't move until he senses that both symbols are far away. And he smiles. Look! Ah, look how cute they are! Oh my goodness! The babies! Ah. He comes towards you, holding both of the creatures in his arms. And they have a pulse, just like you. Although their heart rates are different from yours. They're so cute. You still can't hold them. Their bodies are still too warm. You could burn your hand. Oh, well, yet you had to content with watching them closely. As you lean in, you it's so cute. As you lean in, you once again notice the heat radiating from the both babies' bodies. What are their names? I like to wait until they're old enough to choose their own names. Why? I want them to be free. Let them do as they please until. Ina cuts himself off before finishing the sentence. And then he laughs nervously. Septon says they'll grow fast. Maybe tomorrow they won't be this little. You're so you're so cute. You you two spend most of the time taking care of the babies. Well, you're instructed Udon on how to care for them as you still can't touch them. And you confirmed yourself when you tried to touch one of their cheeks. You burned your hand. Udon almost calls Quinn to heal you, but you told him it's not necessary. The nightfall When night falls, Udon excuses himself, saying that he must do something important and then takes both babies with him. He asks you to rest and sleep so that you'll have all the energy you need tomorrow. So you rest. You dream. For first times in your short existence in this small world, you dream. You are in a dark place. You hear a voice, but you can't make out what it's saying. You don't know how or when it's already the next day. The first thing you see when you open your eyes is your hand. The darkness developed your so I wasn't tripping. Your darkness has devoured more skin. And oh, hello. Good morning to you, sir. The second thing your eyes spot is Udon laying next to you, watching you tensely. You're an amazing creature. I never thought I could be a husband of a human. Husband? Priestess has this been skipped. Yeah, he's our husband. Like we married him. How long has we been with this man? Uh, first day he takes us to a domain, and then threatened to eat us, and then the next day he tells us what he was going to do, and then after that the essence is born, and then yeah, the next couple hours I was coughing up rose petals, and I want to say decently 6 days we've been here or a week. Since when does he thinks about your relationship? Is it like that with all the symbols, or is it just that Udon has no idea how relationships work? You let out a laugh. It's strange. It is to be in this relationship. Udon looks at you confused. Do you want to be my husband? Aren't we already? You can't help but let out a laugh from your throat. But we even but we even had children, and you live with me. According to what I read, that's more than enough to call us spouses. You let another laugh. Don't laugh. Alright, alright. I don't know how relationships work among the garden people, but we humans needed time for agreements before we can earn that title. Oh, could you explain it to me? There's no book here to explain that to you. You have no trouble explaining to Unan what it takes to become a husband, although you're improvised that is different for everyone else. If I try, could I be your husband? Yeah. Unan smiles, bearing with his teeth internally. I want to show you the rest of my domain today, but Sutta says that it's dangerous for you to go out. So we'll have to stay in the temple until the stars have grown. I don't want to miss a thing, not a single moment in their development. Are you excited? Of course. Besides, I have you by my side, which makes it even better. We're like families that Sexum loves to watch grow. Oh, we'll invite her when she finishes her prayers. How long is this? Sorry. Una gets out of his bed and looks at you excitedly. The girls are ta- oh, the girls are talking taking care of them while we make breakfast. Wow, it seems that Udon taking Elaine's words seriously. Incredible. What's their genders actually? I don't know if they're like two boys, two girls, one girl, one boy. You walk towards the kitchen and Una performs a satisfaction ritual before starting to prepare breakfast. You help him in some tasks, but he does most of the work, precisely replicating what the girls prepared the day before. And after a while of cooking, breakfast is ready. Puffing out his chest, Udon looks at the results with pride. But intensely, he deflates like a balloon. Ugh, I miss watching my wife's cook. I see you did quite well. Clarence enters through the door with a half smile. It seems that now you'll be the one in charge cooking, dear. Only if you join me. We'll think about it. Do you need help with setting the table? Yes, please. It's strange. It's totally strange that you never imagined living with them. Would it be so normal? Uh, where did Unan get re- over reacting about everything? Go, the one who used to try to attack you in the slight reaction of your body. What's the catch? Could it be that they'll end up eating you? After all, they're entities and that eats human flesh. Are you really playing at being happy family, Winnie? Yes. Can human babies eat at the table? Yes, but honestly, I can't imagine them sitting at a table with a fork and oh, okay, okay. I see. Honestly, I can't imagine them sitting at the table with fork and a knife in their hands. Their hands are small and they don't have much condition. Well, they have no coordination at all. You take a deep breath before answering, and you remember that Udon is entity completely opposite from you, who knows about humans from what he read, and gosh knows what he has been reading. The days pass quickly, faster than you admit. With Udon and his wives at home, there's never a moment where you're alone. There's always something to do, and it's always something pleasant. Well, not always. Can you kill this? I have to go ask Iger something. Of course. Yo, it's getting darker. I'm scared, bro. I don't know if this is effect of the ritual or because I'm a host, so I'm not supposed to be here this long. I'm scared. When when you take the knife to the fruit, your hands, you realize that perhaps not only the color of your skin changing, it's almost the mobility in your fingers. Yo, I don't want him to think that's this it's his fault. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. This better be a pleasant, happy ending. I die happy seeing my two kids, my two beautiful babies, with Udon by my side and his three hot wives. You find it hard to coordinate and apply pressure, but you can still do it. You finish the peeling when Udon appears behind you, placing his hands on your shoulder. you you do it better than I do. Oh shoot! Ah! That and that's enough to distract you, causing you to cut your palm with a knife. It's a deep cut. The blood flows occasionally in a amount, and then everything descends into chaos. You're thankful that Uda didn't rip your hand off in one bite. It to be honest, you know that he really wants to do that. Moments that he wants to eat you whole, from head to toe. Oh, he's hungry. He's trying to. No, he's trying to restrain himself. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, by the fourth day, little by little, you start opening up to each other, Unan's wise, and like the redhead, they're eager to learn more about humans. Thanks to them, you discover that both babies need to be together. They're both binary stars, which means they are permanently linked by the tail. In the endless dance, Agnes once said. Although it's great concern on the girls' faces that they talk about it, every time you ask them why they change the subject. I can't learn what? Oh, oh yeah, he got big old feet. Goodness. On the fifth day, you discovered that they're original names, but if you focus on your glance of the children, you can see a tail. Cyrus says that Cyrus
Sirius, that is the name that both of them share. Another explains to you the babies is become more became they were born at the same time. They shouldn't worry because it's a name no one will use after both gods choose their own. You can't spend too much time with them in one room because their presence burns your skin and prevents you from breathing normally. At least now you can carry them for a short time, and you can't help but think they're cute. They're both represent Unan. They don't physically represent you at all, and when you mention this to Udon, he just laughs. Oh, they're so cute! Oh, they're so adorable! Oh my goodness, they're so cute! You rarely remembers the words that came from the sun god at that moment. They both share a heart and essence similar to yours, and that's thousand times better than having an appearance similar to mine. Why? Because now I can feel your heartbeat accompanied by these millions. This is so cute. What the frick? Ah! Ah! Oh my goodness, that hurt. I was trying to fix my table because the leg was going down, and on the little garment where the leg folds, it's hot. It pinched my skin. Ah, that hurts. Ugh. Because now I can feel your heartbeat accompanied to 2 millions. They are different, but there comes from yours, and yours together they create the most beautiful. Sorry, the most beautiful sympathy I ever heard. You still can't believe Una said that to you. Every time you remember it, you feel your cheeks warm up.
Ah, the babies are so cute.
On the seventh day, a Sunday, Septa comes to see your babies. He looks he looks at them for just a second and then turns his gaze to you. Your hands. It's nothing. I'll find a solution for that. With explanation, he leaves. Now that something mentioned it, Udon says as he approached and inspects your hands. Your hands and arms change over time. What's wrong with them? I I gotta be honest. Like we don't know the answer to it. Maybe it's the side effects. I don't know. I don't want to worry him, but like, huh? I don't want to worry him. That's the thing. That's a crazy behind picture. Say nothing and hug him. Oh, hmm. Hey, yeah. I've been watching someone sleep, Siren sleep, and I think they dream. They move and make gestures while they sleep. Just imagine what they dream about. And thank you so much for giving me this chance. You truly, you're truly the best thing that happens to me in a long time. Unan starts to move closer and wraps you in his arms. So tall, and his build is so massive that you can't help but feel dwarfed in comparison. His embrace is warm, yet the thought what he could rip you into pieces of your skin off with his teeth at any moment refuse to leave your mind. I really like having you here. I love your warmth, your scent, and your heartbeat. The fact that you are immortal and ever changing. My hands are pitch black. Una looks and grips slightly to take one of your hands. He inspects it while tracing the scab that was formed formed on formed on you with his thumb. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. You're adaptable. You are. Shoot, we just what are we letting go for? We just chilling, chilling. He about to eat me for a. Why am I thinking the negatives? Oh, he got little hearts in his eyes up here. Without warning, he takes your hand to his mouth and licks it. Your heart racing, though you're not sure if he is from fear or something else. Uh, ooh, your face draws stations close to yours. But you also makes me want to devour you.
Remember that time you cut yourself peeling that fruit with a knife? It was terrible. If I didn't like you so much, I probably would have gutted you right then. Oh my goodness, what kind of comment is that? And why does he say it like it's a compliment? But don't worry, I'll take care of you. Without further explanation, then then a smile, Una presses a kiss to your lips. Days pass, and you find it hard to believe how quickly the children grown. You got used to calling them the children instead of their original names. And that they can walk. You spend most of your day in the garden with them, since it's still too dangerous to be indoors with them for long periods of times. The energy they release is very unstable and dangerous for your body like yours. Oh, it's so cute. I'm sorry. They're so adorable. They're adorable. This is so cute. Stop. This is so cute. This is so cute. It's adorable to see them playing and interacting with each other or with the girls. That there's something that has been worrying you for a while now. Something that neither Una nor the girls has shown any interest in explaining or discussing. You assume that it's normal, but it still worries you. The more they grow, the more they tend to stick together, their tails intertwining. It's normal. You just gotta get used to the cuteness. They can spend entire days clinging to each other's tails. I will ask Udon. You tell the children. You tell the children that you're going inside for a visit. That you'll be right back. You search for Udon in the temple hallways. Uh, search for Udon in the temple hallways and find him in the kitchen with Solen. Sorry, who's advising him how to improve his latest meal. Of course, curiosity. You pause to listen to the conversation. You need to improve your singing, my son. If you sing off key, you might affect the taste. Her voice wavers between laughter and tenderness, and yet you can't help but let out a small chuckle at the end. Hey, you're telling me I sing badly? Maybe. And that's all it takes for someone to burst out with the big laugh she's holding back. Winnie, do you think Winnie, do you think I do chance badly? You jump a little. You can't believe how Udon detected you. It's not that bad. Like, it's his domain. It's not like that. It's them badly. It's just that you're off key. Answer against Udon. Okay, answered in favor of Udon and ask him about the children. Let's do that. No, do things well. Says last again and louder between last and says, There's no need to lie. Just get along." Can I ask you something about the children? Although they okay. Ugh. Talk. That alone is enough to get both their attention, but to you, and you don't need to verbal response. It's simple. You look away, wanting to for your question. Is it normal for them for the tails to intertwine all the time? It's something biennial stars do. Stolas knows more about it. We don't have tails, but according to what Duan told us, when we encounters her to birth of binary stars, the unions of both tails is their way of maintaining their gradual balance. So it always works as a as a method of communication between the two stars. Yes, exactly. How do you not know the answer? Don't worry, it's normal. Okay, that puts me at ease. Like, I'm sorry, the kids are so cute. Uh, you spend the rest of the day resting with the girls, and while Udon takes care of the children. You're no longer afraid to leave them with him, as Udon provided to be a very good caretaker, incredible against all odds. I'll say if I die, you can eat me. Sunday arrives once more, and Septa appears once again. You don't like that you can't be present during the children's growth, checking up, but Udon can, so you don't worry. Wor- oh my goodness, click the wrong button. Uh, but Udon can, so you don't worry much than necessary, deciding to wait outside the room. About 30 minutes pass, and they still haven't come out. It's nothing to worry about.
After an hour passes, the girls arise to keep you company. They said nothing, which makes you start to break into a cold sweat. Why are they here, and why they look so tense?
If the kids die, I'm gonna.
Uh, what if they don't pass the checkup? Oh my goodness, don't say that. Be quiet. Don't even think about it. I'm sorry. What would happen if they don't pass the checkup? You're about to panic and scream to ask what they meant when the door opens. The two children come out and run towards you, laughing as if celebrating something you don't know. Scepter walks out with both arms behind his back, with Udon falling behind him. They have their names now. All presents Udon, Akanen, Minta, Teika, and I'm so bad. And Nalian must refer to them by these new names from now on. It is strictly forbidden to call them by their original names. Its incredible presence runs through your body. From the tense. On Udon's face, you know that you're not the only one who felt it. Sorry, Sullens, you may introduce yourselves. Sorry. My name is Noor, and my name is Sams. Please, Samir bids farewell to the motion and the distance through his movements, and expiration maintains elegance and characteristics to his being. Why is he the only one who's allowed to refer them to their imposed names, and Undan isn't allowed to? That's the father! I don't care. Oh, whatever. You fear the reason behind such an order, but for now, you can do nothing. Can we go to the gardens to play? Your attention shifts to the children, who is now pleading with their tails intertwined. They must eat first. Eat first. You've been in there for an hour. Tantrums. They accept realizing they won't gain anything from this. I did not read that line. The response you get is the chorus of children's tantrums, but they accept realizing they won't get anything from it. Life here is not so bad. Did I die? Scepter's words won't leave you alone. In every silence, every pause, his voice echoes and lingers in your mind, reminding you that there is something deeper and far more troubling just playing house with Udon and his wives. It's couldn't all be so perfect. Stop floating. Let it be. Someone must be pulling the strings of the sun symbol. You suppose you could ask what's this is really about. Sit down with Unan on one day and have a serious talk about why he want descendants in the first place. But you're afraid of being disappointed by his answer, afraid that Udon might just be acting, that the fatherly image you have of him it was shattered. But what hurts more is that the thought of the children might be just pawns for a simple plan you don't understand. It hurts a little more. Then you're willing to admit. I'm impressed. Oh, they're so cute, bro. They're so cute. And here's your voice pulls you out of the dark thoughts. She sits beside you, glass in hand, gazing towards the garden. She watched every moment of the children playing and intertwining the needed. James and Nora are playing fighting at first, and you're worried about them getting hurt, but soon you realize are are they come out completely unscathed after every match. Uh, stars that change and grow over time, I never would imagine it. She turns her head towards you. It's pity. You can't sense her expressions, and the mask she wears hides her face entirely. They grown 3 more centimeters today, and James has gained more body mass. Her her voice is warm, almost tender. It carries with the tone of someone who's proud of her children. Aren't there any children in the garden? Nor is so small. Does that worry you? No. Arisha doesn't answer, but her silence is enough to tell you that she's not willing to entertain this conversation. Aries tightens her grips on the glass for a moment, and you think it might shatter. I must take my leave. It's time for you to return to Unan's residence. No, I can't stand your scent any longer. Girl, I was out here first! You know she doesn't mean it with disdain, but it still stings. Unan explains it to you before, that you already half guessed it.
Your flesh, your body is like a fine delicacy to them, whether you're human from another world or something crafted from the garden. Something they could eat, but are forbidden to taste. Those resources are reserved exclusive for the symbols. The main source of energy for the higher ranks, an untouchable delicacy for the servants, for the domain. Dang, I was out here first watching my kids. Why can't you leave? There's no point of dwelling on it. You might as well convert dishes for the garden inhabitants, even those who will share the roof with you. Both Udon and his wife sees you as a potential food, but you can tell they are really trying. They make an effort not to devour you, whether they see you or spend time with you. Again, Ignorance always avoids spending too much time with you because of this. And Udon never skips his Sunday's pla- placeables tomorrow. He has his meeting at the hotel, receives his weekly service. Today is Sunday, which means that before going to the hotel, Serpent will come to check on the twins. Anxiously grips your chest at the mere thought of the what might happen to Septa will say and what will happen to Nor and James afterwards. Two two small arms wraps around your neck. Wait, wraps around your neck, grounding you back to reality. Ignorance is gone, and now the children are on your back and lap instead. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh, you're so adorable. And and Nurse says you called us. Did something happen? James asks while dropping her full weight. Okay, so one's a girl and the other one's a boy. Drops her full weight onto you, knocking the air from your lungs. And Nurse is right. You have to teach her to control her strength. At least when it comes to you. Um, you need to get ready for tomorrow. I don't want to. It's so boring to talk with his holiness, allerness something. I don't like it. Sam sticks out her tongue at Nor and mutters under her breath that just takes a boring scepter. She runs off with under Nor's dismayed gaze. He doesn't wait for you to react before chasing after Shane's, frowning and seeking revenge. Both of them head towards Udon's residence. You take you take one last look at the wife's residence before following them. You feel curious about the place. Just sending it from the outside is no longer enough. There are days when you have to bite your tongue to keep from asking if you can go in, but you hold back. You remain curious, but you're not foolish enough to think about what would it that would it be dangerous. Oh my goodness. Okay, like first it started off nice, now we're feeling like isolate. Once back home, you learn that Unan has returned from his meeting with Septa. As always, he brought back a pile of books. Lately, when Septa meeting has become more frequent, and they last longer each time. It bothers you a little because on the days of those meetings, you're left in charge of the children, and they deemed more than you can give. Winnie, did you know it's good to read stories to the children while they're growing? The moment Udon appears with a satisfying smile, all your irritation vanishes. Udon stands beside you, book in hand, ready to show you off its contents. From the cover, from the cover, it tells you it's a children's book, probably from the ages 5 or 10. Human ages, of course. You can't read the title, but it's clearly a adventure or a fantasy. Dang my hands! While he talks about everything, he saw the SEPTA library and you flip through the book pages. More pictures than text, ideal for the kids with the short attention spans like Samus. You trust the illusions, well, just the interest. He closed the book abruptly, making Una fall silent for once. You let out a long, tired sigh. Oh, I don't know what to. Ah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Wait, I started this game at 8 and it's 10:59. What the Okay. I don't know what else to say. These decisions are becoming harder and harder. I miss you. He stares at you, perplexed, and you caught him off guard. He doesn't know how to respond. It's as if he's forgetting how to speak. His mouth opens and closes, searching for the right answer to give you. It's clear he wasn't expecting that. Me too. I'm so certain that having so many meetings is making me lose time with you and the children, but we need to talk about we need to talk and plan everything down to the last detail. Once this is over, we'll have all the time in the world. I promise. Oran clears his throat. He takes a deep breath, and his words spill out like air escaping a deflated balloon. Starting tomorrow, the children will have to attend their checkups with sermons separately. I don't think that's a good idea. Whether it is summer after, I won't let him use the children. They're mine, not his. It's clearly nothing will happen to them at the checkups. No, of course not. No matter how many times you know how many times you question Udon plan for the children, he always gives you a vague answer, borderline absurd ones. He evaluates their ranks. They'll become divine, no longer mortals. We just have to wait for the right time. They're still too young. And you can't keep pressing him. Udon always finds an excuse to escape the conversation. But today, Udon seems to have reaching his limits and agreed to ask Sermon if you can attend the next checkup. Oh, I can't promise anything. Sipton's the one who decides. Hmm. You spend the rest of the day hold up in your room. You feel like you could explore at any small incident, and you don't want that to happen in front of the children. It's better to stay put at least until tomorrow. You could use the rest. Your body and hands are gratefully for the decision. It angers you that Udon does nothing about the situation. And on the other hand, you can't help but notice how caution the sun symbol has become in everything he does. And he does wait, bro, I'm so confused. Wait, no, okay, I'm not confused. I'm just like, aren't you like, okay, maybe I'm confused about the raking and stuff because like the red lady girl, like I feel like our character is feeling like isolated. Even though like everybody's being polite to her and like to them and stuff, and they could still see the children, it's like it feels like you're in endless like isolation and also worried about the kids. And on the other hand, you can't help but notice that how cautious the son. Okay, I read that. He doesn't look as imposing as once, though. Damn it! Darn, it doesn't look as imposing as you once thought. Damn it! He even stopped being impulsive together, and that became of Serpent's constant persistence. It's always Serpent says that this Serpent has to know about that. If Serpent grants us permission, then you're sick of it. The worst part is that Udon always downplays it, or worse, treats your anger like something amusing or fascination, as if you were a dog doing a little trick. Maybe that's what you are. Just a pet without a voice, or a say in anything that happens in this house. Adopted for a single purpose and waiting for the day the owner gets bored. Aw, no, aw. You're not sure what's worse, going to him or staying here, overthinking everything and nothing at once. Before you can decide, your door is knocked on. Tracy. What is that word? And I'm slow. Dang, that perfume is strong. The illusion of privacy doesn't last 5 seconds, and seeing him walk in like he owns the place only rubs salt in the wound. He does own this place, though. The children are already asleep. He announced it cheerfully, completely unaware of all that's going on inside you. He moves through your space as if he owns every inch of it, paying a little attention to you and his surroundings. Or maybe he's just pretending not to notice. It's much easier for him that way. I spoke with Sermon. If you hear that name Sermon one more time, you swear you'll. He said it's fine for you to attend the children's checkup tomorrow, but he he won't let me. Why? Why won't he let you in? You're the father. He admits pouting. The news should make you happy, but it doesn't. Not completely. Uh, why? Ah. Uno clutches his stomach and shaken with laughter so deep you you fear something inside him or might out tear. You think I'm a bootlicker? Yeah. He acts in disbelief. He said it. You didn't. Yeah, he said it himself. But he is, and the worst kind, the one who doesn't admit it. If someone disagreed that the sun shouldn't rise today, Udon would move heaven and earth to follow that order. Damn bootlicker! Here's a word is here here a word is command. Summer rules everything. Now that he has a body, all he has to do is speak your name and give you an order, and I'm bound to obey by law. He got defensive, which at least means that you're stuck his pride somehow. If only Summer wasn't inageable again. Did you say? Ah! For a moment, Udon falls silent. He has no words answer. You just caught him off guard. There was a time where Summer had no body. The very beginning. Without a mouth, he couldn't command, and it was Nole who talked for him like a spokesman. We have more freedom back then until he showed up with a body. Sexum says that she lent it to him, but I don't believe it. Udon pauses for a long while, as if trying to remember what led him to talk about it. Then he exhales, pulling a funnier glance. So, no, I'm not a bootlicker. He doesn't say it convinced you. He says it like he's trying to convince himself. The silence is heavy, and honestly, you don't know how to reshore the conversation. So the slip so you slip under the sheets, ready to end the day. Seeing this, he sits at the foot of the bed, staring at you. He seems torn between speaking and staying silent. Can I stay with you a while you sleep? Yeah, we said we missed him. Uno smiles and lies down beside you. Sleep doesn't take long to come. You drift off instantly. Okay, good morning. It's Sunday. Your body hasn't even had time to adjust to the new day when Shanes burst into your room, throwing herself onto your bed. Her knees landed squarely on your ribs, and she yells impatiently. They're waiting for us! Between the confusion and her relentless tugging at your shirt, you could barely keep your eyes open while Shames burst out the other out a half baked explanation. Without giving a chance to question, she drags you out of bed, repeating nonstop. Dang, she dragged me! Repeating nonstop that it's late, that you need to hurry, that Septa wants both of you there right now. Her immediately acceptance voice is all it takes for you to understand completely. It's the weekly checkup day. You're already walking down the hall leading to the medical wing. Before you know, Shames throws the door open without stopping to knock and announce herself. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute! I just noticed his hands! Do you have a human body? Are you in a human body? You should knock before entering. I didn't do that! She burst the door open! You told Dad that you weren't in a hurry. Oh. You told Dad you weren't in a hurry. Her response is immediate, caring little, if at all, about what the blonde man might think about it. He, on the other hand decided to ignore her, sitting upright in the front of Unan. He barely glances at you, nor does he even make a gesture to greet you. Okay, that's totally fine. Whatever. It's Udon who does standing up with a wide, tender smile that reveals his sharp white teeth. Hey. As he approaches, he plants a warm kiss on your cheek, muttering a soft good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning back. He barely has time to get the words out before someone glares silently, orders him to get out the room. Dang, bro. Seamus runs towards the corner where the instruments rest. There's a scale, measuring tape, coat, and more. They're so cute. I'm sorry, they're so adorable. She seems to know the routine already, sitting on the cot and waiting. Meanwhile, Sherman stands notebook with pencil in hand, taking his place beside her, and starts recording data. He instructs her to write, raise her arms, stretch her legs, breathe deeply. Everything is done with critical precision. He writes down what's needed, while offering no comments beyond what's strictly frictional. We're just watching. Uh, Udon told me you wanted to take part in the checkups. I remember seeing watching for the first time he spoke to you since you walked in. You assumed he ignored you until Shaman's checkups was over. Though in the way he does, he's speaking without looking directly at you. Do you do you not trust me? Uh, does our character trust him? I don't know. I okay. I'm not saying that we don't obviously, but like, do you trust me? I just want to know what the checkups are like. We just like it's not like we don't trust you. It's just like we don't know that much information. We're just being left in the dark. That's like what's irritating our character. I just want to know what the checkups are like. I'm glad you care about your children. To be honest, I didn't expect that. Wow! Dang! Yo, you expected me not to care about my kids? What? Shame's completely distracted from the conversation, playing with one of the stethoscopes. She loops it around her neck, twisting it, it stretches it, and it bites into it. And Sita has to take it from her before she breaks it. Then he writes down a few more lines before turning his gaze back to you. Regardless of what you think, you have no choice but to do as you're told. Okay. I mean, like, be professional and being rude is two separate things. If you wish to survive in this world, you need to trust me. I, okay, bro, like, you can trust somebody while still having certain things kept to yourself. Otherwise, what do you mean? You're a puppet too, aren't you? Because I said his hands look similar. Are you human? Otherwise, your puppet longer, won't take long to become an obstacle. Today, it's your hands. Tomorrow, it might be your whole arm. After that, the feet, and then the legs. You'll be reduced to a useless body, only good as meat for us. A placeable on the verge of expiration. And when that happens, you'll lose the only means you had to remain in this place. Septa falls silent for a few seconds, watching Seams. Then he says a single word. Tail. He extends his hand. Okay. He extends his hand, waiting for Shames to obey. She does so, immediately raising her tail and letting the rest in Sherman's palm. You're about to step in. You know that tails are the stars are like Shames, are dangerous, unstable, harmful, pure energy capable of burning the flesh and any entity of ranks, even Udon has been hurt before. But seeing Septa doesn't react to the pain, you stop and watch. Nothing happens, no burned skins, no plain reflect in Scepter's eyes, and he holds Scepter's tail as if he were just another limb. He examines it calmly and takes notes in his journal. As how could he touch it like that? Just like that? Could it be his hands? No. You stare at the similar conditions, and yet you clearly can't touch their tails without getting at least third-degree burn. Is something wrong? If you keep your mouth hanging open like that, you're gonna let a fly in. Oh, dang! What are you being rude for? Bro, chill. I'm sorry. Didn't she hurt you? Hmm? No. No one and nothing can hurt me. He says it offhandedly, as if it were more trivial things in the world. You wait for an explanation, but it never comes, and you're left in no more confused than before. Oh, look at you, little cute. Checkup ends and Shame leaves, so Nora can enter. Unlike Shames, Nora seems comfortable with certain methacolonists. I said that word so wrong. I'm sorry. Where she can restless. Oh my goodness! He simply absorbs it and waits for the blonde to command. You have to eat less. Whoa. He says after finished explanation. What? No, Nora needs to eat more. What the freak? Why you? What time I get? Ooh. I'm sorry. Santa looks at you as if you lost your mind and you're speaking nonsense. Says you must eat less. Okay, I'm leaving. As soon as if you had the strength and the power to yell or slap him, you would, but that will only bring you more trouble. Shoot, I'm about to leave. You don't even get the right to argue or explanation. Sermons explains expels you both from the room with a single clap. You essentially teleported outside. The door is closed, and when you turn to go back and confront the blonde, it's no longer there. He's gone. In the way that's good. You're sick of him already. You don't want to see him in your home again. At least not for the next 7 days. Uh, okay, that's kind of interesting. You're telling my child to starve. Well, you spend the rest of the day playing and keeping an eye on keeping the children company, hoping that by the time Udon returns from the hotel, he'll have a full belly and no desires to devour you. Let's let's wait for Udon. You kill time in your room. You do nothing but wait until the children break your peace, asking you to come draw with them for a while, just for a little. You really don't have the choice but to accept. Hmm. They're both so cutie patooies. They're so cutie patooies, and they're so adorable, so cuddly. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to straighten out my desk. Let's hope I don't pinch myself again. Watching them completely for the praise, it's funny first, but when you realize they're both competing seriously, trying to outdo the crush, the other, you stop them immediately. You scold them and warn them that if they keep it up, you'll end up in the active. What? You'll end the activity. Oh, they both apologize and return their drawings. Now much calmer. The hours pass and you're not angry, but at Udon, or so you think. The kids are already on their sixth drawing when Udon finally shows up, and and the scenes before your eyes is disturbed, as if continuously. It looks like Udon just got home from work. Oh, this is so cute. Aww. James and Norris greet him happily, completing, complying to see competing to see who can talk louder to win his attention. He, this is so cute. His eyes are closed. He does what he can to listen to them both, but it's quickly becomes impossible as James demands all the attention, tugging on Udon's robe until it's all out of place. Where Nora glances at his sister's behavior. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Nora's a him, and yeah, okay. So one boy, one girl. That's so cute. That's like me and my brother. Like me and my brother are twins, so this is so cute. Udon doesn't seem to care, and you can't understand how he can be so pa- passive. It's Nora who stops talking and choosing instead to come back to you and continue drawing. You can't help but notice the embarrassment look on his face while he draws. You try to cheer him talking nonsense and telling jokes so bad they almost painful, but it works. Nora ends up laughing a little. You both finish your drawing, and compared to them, Nora's way better. Nora's is way better than yours. You blame it on your hands if they were in better shape. Maybe Your drawing would look nicer. I have a theory that sperm. Hold on. I need to adjust my seat. My shoulder hurts. Okay. No, we need to fix my desk. My computer's sideways now. There we go. Nord leaves the table and goes to his room, while Shane stays behind, giving Udon a full monologue. The poor guy looks at you, pleading for you to help with his eyes, and you decide to step in. You're the one who has to stop Seamus, as she'll leave Udon alone. She obeys instantly without complaint, and left you alone with Udon. He approached you expecting a welcoming kiss. Yeah. It, it it's a chest kiss, nothing passionate or seductive, a intimate greeting you shared with him a few times. He seems to have grown used to it, that he demands one every time he returns from the hotel. You even think that he's gotten addicted to them. You'll always catch him staring at your lips afterwards, and you wonder if it's because he wants another kiss, or because he wants you, or wants to eat you little by little. Probably the second option, little by little, testing and tasting bit by bit, making his portions last until he decides to consume all of it at once. The thought makes you scream involuntarily. There must be something wrong with you. Maybe this world has completely corrupted you, because where did your descendants go? Look what I bought for the kids. He says it so cheerfully that for a moment you forgot who you were dealing with. What the freak am I looking at? Oh my, oh my goodness. Well, they gotta eat because they can't consume normals. They're half human though, so I don't know. Um. Okay. So, when Udon pulls a bloody stained handkerchief from his pocket, it's like a bucket of cold water dumped over you. Of course, it couldn't be a toy. It's a or a damn dog. If it's a dog, dogs even exist here. No, it has oh my gosh. No, it had to be two brown eyes staring at you, raw, bloody, and vigorously, eyes laying lifeless on the cloth. It's disgusting. You can't help but shove Udon away from you. He has the audacity to whine, confused by your reaction. Uh, don't you like them? No! I'm a human! You're hurting a human Okay, sorry. I think anyone with like a normal reaction like this will have a normal reaction. He picks up he picks one up between his fingers and bring it closer to his face, searching for details you rather not know. He squeezes it slightly, but and it's firmer than you imagined. Hmm. It must because they no longer have the glow they had when they were connected to the place of Boo body. Oh yeah. Yeah. Interesting. But those are for the kids. The mental image of Udon ripping someone's eyes out or placeable, whether it's far from Grisset than the eyes in his hands, because you can picture every detail, all while Udon smiles through it. They look like yours, but without the little white dot. Oh my goodness, without the little white dot you have. The one that changes size when you're surprised. I really like yours. Do you think they'll taste the same as the others? How do you think yours would taste? What? What the frick am I talking about? They're not for eating. They're not for eating. I need them to see. Ah, well, one is enough. What is up for that? Yo, just like your kidneys. I read that once. Yo, yeah, need one eye to see though, and you need one kidney. So okay, interesting. You gonna take one lung? Actually, Alexa, can a human survive with one lung?
Eternally Minded Mama's 1 month devotional and journal.
Alexa,
According to
stop!
now
Alexa,
with
stop!
virtual voice,
Alexa,
a
stop!
computer
Alexa!
generated narration.
Alexa, stop! She did not answer my question, so we're gonna ask my phone. Okay, let's see. Can a human survive without with one lung? Yes, a human can live with one lung. While lung capacity is reduced, its remaining lung often expands and works harder to compress, allowing the normal activity life. After recovery period, the common following symptoms. Okay, cancer. Okay. Um, you don't like the way he says it. The words coming out of his mouth are harsher and almost criminalist. But he utters them so casually that the contrast between contrast and why he expresses it causes you physically emotional discomfort. Unan doesn't see the problem. Okay, yeah, cause he's normal. It's normal for him. His idea makes a perfect sense to him. After all, it's true. One eye is enough to see, and in sense, he's not wrong. Of course, that's if you ignore everything else involves having your eye torn out without anesthesia. Oh yeah. How you gonna put my eye out without like me passing out from pain? Stop the bleeding. Cauterizing the wound if needed and learning to adapt the world seen through a single source of vision. None of these seems factors into his reasoning. You suppose you can't blame him. He physically is clearly nothing like yours. He can't fully imagine what it would really mean to lose an eye. I'm not giving it to you. His face falls and split for a second, saddens that you said no. He understands. And that to you is fantastic. I mean, okay, I think like I would say like obviously he lives for eternity. So I'm like, if I die, you can eat me. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know. You chat for a while about how each other's days went. Udon listens to you with intensity and unwavering in a bit as if every word you described is remembered and engraved into his memory. Okay? You tell him everything, what you did, even the mature things that even little to you know the delight him. You're not sure if it's your voice that fascinates him, or is it truly he cares about. I just spit on my computer. Oh my goodness. Spit just flew out. If it's your voice fantasize him, or just truly cares about know how the uh detail of your day. Without realizing you happen to already be in the kitchen. You keep talking, recounting every the smallest things, though you avoid mentioning what happened during the checkup. You show him the drawings you made with Noor, turning the pages only when you sure that Udon has seen every detail. He studies them with a fascination. With a gentle smile, he compares them to the works that adore his hallways. That's so cute. He even wonders aloud if he can find frames that fits the right size to hang them in his room. Now, between the brief silence and laughter, you preparing dinner for the kids. The bad part is that you have to listen to Unan chatting the sanctuary, sanctified the ingredients, while while the others keeping a neutral face. You have to fight the urge to laugh, but you held it in like a champ. Yo, it must be really bad. Though the doubt, his singing voice is anything but methodical. When the food starts cooking, the aroma fills the room, and for a brief moment, everything feels cozy, domestic, and familiar. But bit by bit, your mind refuses to let that worry. You can't forget what Sibra told Noor. You go back and forth whether to mention it, but deep down, you suspect that even if he knew, he wouldn't oppose what he heard from the garden has ordered. I'm saying what he said. You take advantage of the next moment's silence and finally, and you've been holding a sign in the kitchen. You don't rephrase your words, you build the speech, and just what you said what matters. Like, I want to know what he means by that. Like, because, like, ain't Nor shorter than his sister? I mean, like, why are you telling him to eat less? Like, I'm concerned. And I'm concerned my decision might be backfiring. Let's hope it doesn't backfire. A single line sermon said Nora has to eat less is more enough for Udon to realize you're talking about the checkup. His smile vanished instantly. The knife in his hand sliced one piece of the fruit, sliding across the plate, and a harsh sound rings out, and the blade scrapes against the dish. A bit more force. And, oh, a bit more force. You sure one of them, either the plate or the knife, would break? You know, no, Norris needs to eat more. He loses weight because he's already eats too little. Don't you think? Did he say that to you or to him? He said that to him. Uno cuts you off. His voice is dry and his face is devoid of any emotion, completely neutral like a machine. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. You look at him confused. You don't understand the point of questionings or why he should matter. Who Septa said it to you? If he said his name, then there's nothing you can do. Nothing you or I can do. To prove his point, Udon serves equal portions to the children, plenty's emotions and sharp and fast, as if he's angry at the situation or just feeling powerless. So, oh shit. As a final touch, he placed an eye on each plate. You have to look away to keep from feeling sick. Oh, I feel so bad. Together you set the table, arrange the plates in their places. Once you seated, Udon calls the kids to come eat with you. Shames and Norris running from the same direction. Their clothes stained with dirt. You assume they were playing outside play fighting. It saddens you to see Norris thin and small. They're supposed to share the same living conditions, the same schedule, the same care from both of you. But Norris keeps falling further behind, while Shames keeps moving forward without looking back. What's that? I feel so bad. Cause like I think he's favoritizing the girl over the boy, and I don't want that. She acts and she sits down, staring at the plate. You don't need to be a genius to know what she means. Nora, on the other hand, looks at the food without much interest, poking his fork. Today's the last day of the month. It's humans today instead of place a bill. I almost eat them on the way home. They smell like you. Me? Dang. No, no, don't. Your comments while looking at you a bit sad. Your heart skips a beat. You're right, Nor. Why? Yeah. Your gaze immediately turns to Udon, who has no idea how to explain this to the children. But when your eyes at Udon, you realize he doesn't know what to say either. Because how do you explain to the children entities that they're about to eat is similar to the person who plays the role of their parent? In the end, you tell her that you'll explain it later. Just eat before the food spoils. James drops the subject and starts eating, leaving the eye for the last bit. Every every now and then you glance at Noor. His plate remains untouched. Oh, save for the missing eye. When everything's done, Nora's plate is still almost full. When you ask him if something's wrong, Nora simply says he's not hungry. Oh my. Oh, that's so wrong and messed up. You're doing this to my child. Wait, I got a notification. It was graded? 15 points. And I got it to a 81. So that's a B. I'll take it. A B plus. I think a B plus is a 85 and higher. So I probably got like a B minus or just a normal B. He's getting up from the table to go to bed, falling after shames. You feel like crying, but you swallow it down as best you can. 3 days has passed since the last checkup. You can't keep uh pretending not to see the observation anymore. The children are growing and far too fast. It was yesterday when you truly realized, or maybe the day before. You can't recall exactly, about you remember the rush of honor and the dread that followed. This time the fear is different, but different. What if they stop growing? What if they just a few days they become old and turn to dust and bone? Oh my gosh, don't think of that. Every hour counts. If you have to guess that stage they're in now, the you'll see a I almost said that's adorableness. That's not lacking bodies. They can't seem to figure out the space between what is theirs and what belongs to others. And that defines attitude. A constant tug of war between what they can do and what they can't, testing how far they can go without earning your reprimand. They always measuring what they get if they push a bit further, and whether you give it in or not. It's a game for them, but for now it's exhausting. If only you have the same authority over them that Cern has, to say their names and have them obey instantly. And when Shames looks at you, you hate to admit, but she scares you a little. Oh, because even though she still looks at you with affection and and a touch of innocence, if you pay closer attention, or worse, or overthink it, you realize she's watching you, and the way a cat does a caged bird from the outside. As Nor he eats less and less, and it's not because he wants to. You caught him staring at his food hungrily more than once. You resort to extremes. Some of you are not proud to admit, but you're desperate. Forcing him doesn't work. His body rejects what what you make him eat, and barely anything. It start. It's as if his body's refused to accept more than just a few bites a day. Oh no. And there is nothing you can do. The moment of the sheets pull you back to the present. Udon lies beside you on the bed while you flip through the books as he bought. You can't read them, but they're interesting enough to pass the time. He is hungry. Now his hands come. Oh my gosh, my arm! Now his hand takes one of yours, bringing it close to his face. Your knuckle brush against his lips and cheeks. Suddenly his teeth enter the equation, and he brims them from the malicious smile, all under your watchful gaze, and traps the skin on the book of your hand between them. Still, nothing holds your gaze. Still holding your gaze, he begins to bite slowly. He's not harming me, so just let him continue. You don't pull away. You just watch as his teeth press harder and harder into your flesh. It's starting to tingle. It travels up to your arm, into your chest. Unum's gaze doesn't weary from even a second. He's enjoying your reaction. When he finally releases the bite, he lazily drags his tongue over where his teeth has been. What's left are faint marks, a reddish bruise tinting your skin, a temporary mark made by him. When when he stares at you with a mix of pride and despair. Does it hurt? Yeah, swallowing it with a long kiss to one of your knuckles. You answered brief, just a simple no. Your hand doesn't feel anything anymore. Your Oh my gosh. Your hand doesn't feel anything anymore. And okay, 27. Why can I not speak? Which is annoying. Your hand feels Your hand don't feel anything anymore. Your oh my, your hand doesn't feel anything anymore. Not even pressure. If Udon was able to rip your hand or your finger off in a single bite, you wouldn't feel the pain. But that doesn't give him the right to claim the parts of your body that are bound to become useless someday. Like, it's not fair that you won't give me a even tiny piece of yourself. Even the parts that are dying taste good. Just one little finger, please? No. You're so cruel. You're cruel. You're going to let me starve? That's right. You bit your lip. You bite your lip after speaking, trying to hide a laugh that you failed the moment. You failed the moment. You see the redhead's face scrunch up in fingering pain. He's shirtless again. Sorry. You return your attention to the book. Udon lies down beside you, hugging the pillow, his breath heavy, the inhaling and exhaling as if trying to get your attention. He's doing it on purpose. He doesn't need to breathe. It just looks like a poor imitation of you when you sleep. Maybe even mockery if you think too hard about it. Uh, he groans in a fake pain, rubbing his face into his pillow, trapped between his arms. I have a counseling meeting today. He breaks the silence. You have to lift your eyes from the book to process what he said. Constance, what? You must notice your confusion because he prepares to explain, taking a deep breath before speaking. I have to talk to them every month to stay updated or changes or issues with my domain. Nothing entertaining. I don't like it. They're all old fashioned and dull. I want to stay with you. I don't know, cause like don't go, stay here with me or take me to the meeting. But the meeting is important. He says like they're old fashioned. It stares at you wide eyed and laughs loudly, almost uncontrollably. Do you have a death wish? Looking at looking and smelling like that, you won't even make it to the classroom's door. Well, I don't think they could take me down anyway. But I don't think you'll be safe if I started fighting near you either. It's better if you stay here. I can tell you, I can tell the girls to keep you company for the day. They can't stand me. They can't stand my smell. You can't interrupt his calls on his duty. So after Udon made breakfast for you and the children, he left. Today, Shames doesn't want to stay in the residence, preferring to visit the and Goes Solis and Alias. She tells you before leaving and asks you to not make her take Nora along. Okay. You ask her why, feeling a little angry about her attitude. Damn. Okay, you grew so big. Damn. Nora doesn't want to. He shuts the door in my face when I ask if he wanted to come with me. Did you two fight? James glanced to the left, pressing her lips when figuring out how to answer your question. No, it's obvious they fought, but she still tries to deny it. Before leaving, she gives you a sideway glance, filled with guilt and worry. She calls you her parent title, her voice soft and tender. It reminds you of all the other times the name has came from her mouth, but this time it feels strange. So strange it twisted your stomach. It's better if he handles it. And she leaves, just like that. You don't get the chance to ask who she means by he. With much influence Septa has over your children, you're not sure if Shames meet with him or Udon. You try to pass the time by finding anything to keep yourself busy, but it's different. Clean, unnecessary, Clean, unnecessary. Udon always keeps everything spotless, and pretty sure he cleans the residence while you sleep. Cook impossible. Your chance don't work since you don't know the language. They use asynchronous food. Read ha. When Udon has time, you you'll ask him to teach you to read and chant. So you have two options: ch- chat with the paintings in the halls, or go talk to your son. Let's go talk to Nor. Would it be really better if he handled it? You don't think so. Septa Unan, you don't know which one she meant, but only makes it worse. The very thought that she might not have meant Udan, that it could eventually be Septa, makes your blood boil. I thought she was talking about like, oh, Nor can handle it himself. He can figure out himself, but like, let's go talk to our son. You're the one who's there with them every day, watching in fear as they grow and the alarming rate. You're the one who longs to and regrets and holding them more than they were the babies. They were too hot for me to hold. I would die. And no one else is going to take that responsibility away from you. You head towards your children. It's time to have a real conversation with Nor about how he's been feeling lately. You walk you walk with a strange tightness in your throat. Each fills and distributes the stale calm of your place. They shouldn't sound this loud. Oh shoot. Shouldn't sound this loud or the echo this much, but today they do. You head straight to the room North shares with his sister. Just a few more steps and turn to the left. You already know the metal layout by the residence, like the back of your hand. You're hoping that when you walk in, Nor will greet you with a gentle, tender smile of his. You reach the door of his room and it's open. Still, you knock and announce yourself, but there's no reply. When you stepped inside, the room is empty. Nor? No one answers your call. Strange. You turned your heels to go look for him. He shouldn't be outside, because whether one of the twins leaves, they always let you know. The moment you stepped out the room, a intense force slams into your chest and sends you flying backwards. Whoa, what the frick? With his weight on top of you, Nor grabs your shoulders, pinning you down. His fingers nails dig into your skin, tearing it open until blood wells into the wounds. You stare at his eyes horrid, and their gentle look is gone, completely replaced with something else. What the frick? Nor! You understand that James doesn't want you want you involved, nor looks like you're you're the same way he looks when he looks to the left for his bin to eat when you're hungry. Uh nor stop, nor ignores your words. Slowly of my own son? Yeah, what you do with my son? My child. Yo, Nor. Alright, go chat with Beans. Steven actually tried to help, but the hours go faster, but nothing loose. You watch to sleep towards the first painting you come in mind. The first victims, the two women cutting the throats of a man lying in bed. You explain your thought about why you think they're doing that. It's completely nonsense, but you still speak responsibility. You expect some sort of response as you look at the paintings, but neither woman gives you one. You don't bother asking the man, but, well, he can't speak with his throat slit, poor guy. You pause for a moment, processing what you're doing. Yikes. You officially became a neighbor lunatic the moment you declared to talk to the paintings. Good thing. No one can see how deranged you look. Wait, is trying to like tell Nor to eat less because once Nor becomes extremely hungry, he will kill me? Cause like I think CERN finds me as a nuisance. But like, don't tell my child to eat less. Like you, mm. But like, what would be your reaction? You come back and you're like, child just killed your partner. Like that'd be. Yeah, it's time to stop. Oh, someone's texting me. No. All right. Walking slowly, start staring at the floor. In silence, you, with a bit of shame in your soul, you step from the scene and walk slowly to the floor. At the floor. Despite passing hours, you can't get Shane's words out your head. Would it really be better for him to handle? You don't think so. Sermon Udon, you don't know which which one she meant, and that only makes you worry. The very thought she might have meant udon, that could actually be sermon makes your blood boil. You're the one there who, yo, don't tell me I'm actually. Oh my goodness, bro, it's the same. Chill, 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 chill. Oh my gosh. Wait, it's working! Snap out of it! Nor, can I push Nor off? You struggle to break free, pushing against his face, with your hands trying to shove him back. But it's useless. In your desperation, you try to distract distance between distance between your legs. That works again. Nor doesn't want to win. Oh, Nor doesn't want to win. He wants position again. Put position again. This time with his hands on your stomach again. Yo! His desperation hungers blinds him so completely that your screams don't reach his ears. Come on, try harder. Whoever's taking over my body is like, girl. This desperation and hunger blinded him so completely that your screams don't reach his ears. Lost in a trance, you break his nails out. His nails tear through your clothes, reaching flesh. Stop! He grabs your skin. One more. He grabs your skin in what? In his fist. It's a clear goal. To rip you open and devour your organs. Yo. Oh my goodness. Stop! Nord freezes. His body tenses for a moment. In his eyes, terror reflex trembles. In your arms, you're outstretched before you could utter flesh. He could tear you apart any seconds. Oh no! Nord blinks once. Tiny tears glisten in his eyes. One, on his hand, on his neck, blinks, then breaks free, streaming down his cheeks nonstop. He opens his mouth, but no words come out. The only sound escaping from his throat is broken whimpers and swallowed by uncontrollable sobs. When he finally gathers his strength to speak, he calls out to you, scared, sorrowful, filled with regret, but he doesn't reach for you. He doesn't seek your touch. Oh no. Oh, poor baby. He stays still, trying to make himself as small as possible while he keeps crying. He apologizes over and over, barely stopping to breathe, until his voice turns hoarse. Hug him. Nor tries to push you away, frilling his arms and feet like a baby, but it's a weak attempt. It if he could, he'll have you far away and covered in more wounds. Even though his closeness burns you, you don't care. You need to comfort your baby. It doesn't take long before he's in your arms crying uncontrollably while begging for forgiveness. He struggles to attempt what he wants to say, his words devoted by sobs. Forgive you, baby. Stop. Oh no, but you understand him. You caress his face and whisper words of love to him. You tell him you could never be angry at him, never hate him. Then that he'll always be your little one, no matter what happens. After a while he begins to calm down, but he doesn't stop crying. It's now that you truly under come to your senses. You're dealing with an entity in a world far more dangerous than you ever let yourself admit. You're raising beings who could tear your eyes out with a single motion. It's now hits you that you should be terrified, but it's hard to feel that fear completely. Cause like that's your son. Because behind those teeth and claws, they're still your children. They're not monsters. End of Act 2. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, I'm saving that. Yo. End of Act 2. In this process elaboration, you'll have to wait a while to find out what happens this end. Our that took so long. I might end this as part one. I might end this as part one and then come back to do the others if there's any more. Okay. First of all, I want to apologize for me butchering those names. I cannot pronounce names to the life of me. So this was pretty long. So I'm gonna probably do a part two on this. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please join my empire by subscribing down below and like this video. Love you guys and see you guys later. Mwah mwah mwah. End my recording. And also, I love this dude. At first, I thought I was gonna hate him, but now, he's actually a hottie.